Good evening, gentlemen. It is your boy Sirius. Welcome to tonight's live stream. And the title is, of course, They Don't Understand and They Don't Want to, Part 2. Because, of course, me and the Grey Ghost yesterday, we only got through like 10 minutes of that 1 hour stream because every sentence of these four people on this panel, these four women on the panel, is just nothing but fucking nonsense. So, we have to put our brain power together to understand this womanese and the mental gymnastics and avoiding accountability. We have to translate it for you guys because that panel made no sense. There's no way you can justify the information that you guys heard. You already heard it from Hammerhand. So, of course, me and Gray still have a lot to say. But before we get into it, let me see who's in the chat right now. Of course, Saltunar was good. Mr. Pliskin, thank you for that shill. Dax, the one and only, welcome back. Henoch, what's going on, dude? Old man Odin, welcome back. Cuban Speed, pretty much always here first, was good. Raisin, what's up? Kono, IY fan, it's the usual. It's the usual crowd. It's the OGs. What's going on, Lego My Ego? Started Grinch, of course. What's going on, man? Jared T was good. Michael, what's up, man? Are you the one that's always liking the video first? Because I know, like, within the first few seconds, somebody's liking the stream before it even starts. You're a real one. Whoever's doing that, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let me go ahead and bring in the one, the only Grey Ghost. What's going on, Grey Ghost?
Good evening. Schizophrenic weather up here, but after last night, I had to pass out in the afternoon because it was like, God damn, I need more sleep than this.
Oh yeah. Right after this stream, I'm passing out because I have to fix my sleeping schedule. It's all over the place. So I'm gonna force myself to sleep. Take some melatonin if I need to. Okay, let me see. Okay. So what do you think about the conversation that, if you remember, what's your opinion so far about what we just broke down yesterday? What's your opinion?
It just seems that these women primarily want to talk about everything but male issues, and they're constantly trying to be like, well, it's not really about male issues, it's about this other left-wing talking point. And it's certainly not girls' fault that men are thinking that they're having trouble. It's basically just a whole bunch of dodging accountability. It's like someone walks up to a suit of armor with a sword and immediately starts doing a whole bunch of matrix dodges as though they're being attacked.
Okay. You think that person's like schizophrenic? Like, what the hell is this person doing? What the hell?
It's like it's right there. Why'd you even walk up to it if all you're going to do is attack it? Like it's not even armed. It's an empty suit of armor there with a bunch of swords, and they're like, oh shit, I'm being attacked. Dodge, weave, dodge, duck, block, parry.
Trying to make you look like the asshole. Like I'm just sitting here. I'm not doing anything. What are you doing to that poor warrior? The warrior's struggling. Can you see? I think that's the goal. Like, they're just trying to do the victim Olympics to see who's the biggest victim besides men. Right? Because men can't be victims according to them.
Yeah. Like they don't want to have an honest discussion about the issue. They just want to distract from the topic of it and make this article that is, well, this book review that is talking about a book that is pointing out the current struggle of men, and make it about literally anything but a man versus woman argument, instead trying to make it a man versus man argument, as though it's men's fault that men are struggling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're perceiving their problems. Okay, the problems are just on their head.
Or the problems that one group of men are facing are due to the actions of another group of men.
Oh, we see right through their bullshit, man. It's just too funny, man. Way too funny. But before we start this video, and yes, we're gonna be pausing a lot. It is what it is. We can't let anything slide, okay? Because they have the audacity to call out men and then spew out this bullshit. So we're gonna keep pausing.
We'll try to make it through 30 seconds without bitching at them, though.
Yeah, we'll try our best. We won't promise you, but we'll try. But before we begin, if you want to support your boy Sirius, link on top of the chat. Cash App /Sirius. Any donation is appreciated if you feel that my content is worthy of your investment. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and begin. Let's begin this bad boy.
We're just like, you know what? Not for me. But you know, when they went down that route, I was like, oh, you've lost me. But I did think that much of what was in the article was worth knowing and was interesting and instructive.
I agree. I mean that.
Oh, go ahead.
I think that was my main problem with the article is there were interesting points that they made, but the headline and the illustration, which Liz Plank pointed out on Twitter, which is a woman like leapfrogging over a man, like pushing him down, I think belies the how nuanced the point could be.
I want to go back.
Okay, you already explained this in the last stream, but great. Can you go for it?
Yeah. They are talking about a book review. And the only line in the book review that even mentions women is that they suggest now it is perhaps time, for the sake of gender equality, to look at boys instead of girls. And now they are pulling in all these other points, articles, and discussions not related to this book review in order to make it look like this review is attacking women.
Agreed. And not once in the review that they're displaying talking about, oh, women are getting so far ahead in life and blah, 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 even though it's true. It only suggested, hey, maybe we should start focusing more on the boys and getting them where they're supposed to be in the name of equality.
Yeah, like men are struggling now. Let's look after men. Why do you hate women?
That's how we can sum up this entire panel. That's literally what's happening right now.
Like honestly, yeah, you could take this entire 11-minute argument and condense it down to 11 seconds.
Yeah,
men are struggling. Men are struggling and need a helping hand now. Why do you hate women? End video. Done.
And that will make way more sense than what we're watching right now. Oh, because we heard Hammerhand. He said himself after he was done with this stream, he's like, they said a whole lot of nothing. But we're going to go through it anyway because good content, you know what I'm saying? We can't let them slide. We can't let them get away with this. We can't let them get away with it.
I mean, we've got 55 people in the chat right now. So apparently what we're saying is worth the time of at least our local bar.
Pretty much. We got a little crowd going. Oh, my bad. I had to check this email right quick. It's an important one from TFM. Let's go ahead and continue this nonsense.
Back to something Julissa said when she first started talking. She said that it seems like it is a problem in search of a scapegoat. I agree that like it seems like a problem has been effectively identified. You know, there is a problem, clearly. But then I think about all the ways that solutions that apply evenly to everybody would help alleviate the problem, right? So
Huh?
Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay, well, you know what? Here's the problem. Bitch. These current problems came about because you weren't applying solutions that applied equally to everybody before. You're saying, hey, now that women are in the lead, let's not give men primary focus. Let's raise up men and women, because let's apply both sets of solutions. Let's make sure that both of them can be winners now after we've been sacrificing men for the sake of women for decades.
And
Like she's trying to make it, she's dressing up and trying to make it sound all nice, obviously, but that is in effect what she's saying. Again, it's the same. Yes, I need to appear like I'm not a completely heartless bitch who doesn't care about men's issues, but I don't want men to actually benefit without women getting at least equal, if not greater, benefit.
but how much you want to bet that they will scream like banshees if what she says, right? Her little solution that she just suggested to make it even amongst boys and girls.
Oh, no. She doesn't want to make it even. She just wants all future solutions to not exclusively benefit men.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, even if they truly wants to benefit men and women to the point where we're damn near equal, they will start screaming like banshees all over again, because to them, equality is oppression.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's not like she's not saying that the objective should be for equality. She's saying that
don't forget about women.
That's the thing. Like, she's saying that it would be more effective to give both genders help rather than just focus on men.
So it's cool when only your gender gets all the exclusive benefits and you're ahead. But yeah, fuck men, right? I mean, fuck the boys. You know, they can't get exclusive perks like women can.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like let's just hand out more general scholarships. Let's not make any male exclusive scholarships, even though women have a whole bunch of exclusive scholarships.
Oh, countless. Oh God, it's insane. And more likely than not, they're the ones that I've seen way more women winning grants and stuff, far more than men.
Yeah. Like, if there's an opportunity to hand out money, like, they do it to women and they won't do it for men.
Nope. They're like, hey, you're a man. Haha. Have fun with adversity. Let's go ahead and continue. Oh, this is glorious.
So men, it seems as though men expect to age into a world that offers them XYZ things. And the world increasingly does not just hand those things to them. They are not.
The world never handed anything to men. Like, this is like paying at a restaurant and saying that, oh, well, men are expecting just to be given food. We paid for it.
Yeah, like when was, like, did I miss something? Did I miss a timeline? Like, did I miss a part of history? Like, when I looked through the history books, when was anything just handed on a silver platter to men at any time in human history? Please let me know.
Fuck, silver platter. Fuck, paper plate. When the fuck did men even get handed anything that they didn't have to first put their blood, sweat, and tears into?
But they'll be like, what about the kings? What about the pharaohs and all the monarchs? I'm like, do you really think they just walked up into an area, said, yeah, I'm your king now? You really think that's how it went?
Yeah, no, like, they had to murder a lot of people in order to not only acquire but maintain said position. Again, this is straight up projection, because if they said, "Oh, women just expect to be given shit as they get older," we're like, yeah.
Agreed. And what Austin Lyon said, men have to build the world from dirt and stone. What the fuck is she talking about? I agree. Like, where is this? See, this is why, I'm kind of sidetracking. This is why I say do not, as a man, go to women for male, if you have any male problems. Like anything serious that's going on in your life, do not go to a woman. Even your own mother. Don't, because they cannot comprehend the severity of the problem. They just can't.
Like, here, I'll give an example of a male entitlement that I and probably a lot of other men have. We expect the housing prices in the area to be affordable with a half decent wage for the jobs in the area.
Yeah, I believe we should be entitled to that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that to me isn't even entitlement. That's just basic sense. Because if your housing is so expensive that the people who work in the area can't afford to live there, you're going to get a whole bunch of men or workers in general leaving the area for somewhere more affordable.
Yep.
Where they have to bring down the housing prices, increase your wages, or you're going to lose your workers.
Yep. Until this day, majority of them are men. Till this day, 2023. It doesn't matter how many degrees women get, they can get their little corporate jobs. It's still majority of men that are able to afford housing compared to women.
Yeah, it's
surprising, right?
Yeah, men work longer hours. And personally, I think a big part of it is that they're making these houses unaffordable to men alone, so that men have to get roommates, which is more than likely going to be a woman.
Shit, I'll chill in the goddamn RV before I have to. I'm not doing any cohabitation. I've seen the horror stories. I've heard horror stories. I'll be damned. Hell no. Nope.
I think I'm fairly positive that a big part of the current housing crisis is manufactured to get men and women to live together.
Right. But that's definitely backfiring because of other factors, such as, the boys in blue.
Yeah.
Men are afraid of the boys in blue. Therefore, they don't want to cohabitate. So all it takes is one phone call and your life is fucked. Or very annoying for a while.
Yeah, because it's like how much would you like to save on your rent each month if it meant that you had a loaded gun pointed at your head all the time?
Yeah, fuck that. Keep the money. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like literally, full clip aimed at your head at all times.
Yeah,
I don't want that kind of stress.
This ain't no fucking pea shooter. This is a Desert Eagle.
Like your head will turn to mist. Like fuck that, man. I'm chilling by my. I don't care how expensive. Oh, but you can save.
You get a 40% discount on your rent. All you need to do is accept the loaded gun at all times.
Like, no, I'm good. But let's continue because this is just getting better. Like it's just like. I don't know, man. Let's continue before I, give my full assessment on this.
They don't turn 22 and like get a wife, and then their wife doesn't just like take care of them like she's mommy the sequel. That doesn't happen because women turn 22 and like age into a world that offers them XYZ things, and the world increasingly does not just hand those things to them. They don't turn 22 and like get a wife, and then their wife doesn't just like take care of them like she's mommy the sequel. That doesn't happen because women are like, no, this sucks for me, I'm not doing this for you. But they don't automatically
two things. All right, so Number one, by the time your average man has turned 22, he's already blown at least $1,000, if not more, on women.
Agreed. She thinks that we just spontaneously get a girlfriend, get a wife, like not even have to work for it. Men and women are not the same, lady. That's what women can't comprehend.
Yeah,
we are not the same.
By the time a man, like, that's the thing. They think that a man has been having as easy a time as dating as them. It's like, no, there wasn't fucking hot chicks, like mid chicks and ugly chicks lining up around the block to spread their legs for it. No, we had to fucking work our asses off and then throw our money at ungrateful whores for years on end. Like, I'd be fucking shocked if there's a guy by the age of 22 who has not had his heart broken at least once, if not, or has either decided, fuck all of this.
Agreed. I completely agree.
Like, men have suffered years of abuse from women by the time they're 22. Like, I think it's safe to say that from 12 to 22, women will make man's life absolute hell.
Pretty much. And what's it called? I think it's because women like this, women in general, they focus too damn much on Chad and Tyrone and Pookie and Ray Ray because, they're the ones that are getting all the women. But even then, they still have to put in work to get women. Yes, even Chad and Tyrone still needs to put in effort compared to women.
Chad and Tyrone still got to go to the fucking gym. They still got to eat decent. They still have to look after themselves.
They still got to spit game, know how to talk to women. That's a skill. So,
like Chad and Tyrone, like, if they have been focusing on game and dating, they've sacrificed job opportunities to do stuff with women. Like,
agreed.
Like, men have done it, and then expecting a wife. Like, well, women fucking expect a man to marry them after they've had 3 trains run on them per week for 5 years.
Yep. Pop out 3 babies from 2 different baby daddies. Got prior STDs. Fucked up credit. So much student loan debt and debt in general.
Yeah, like not just student loan debt, but commercial debt.
Yeah, debt in general. But we men are the ones that are expecting. Men are the ones that are being entitled right now. Come on, lady.
Yeah, no, and then what the hell else did she say? Go back like 10 seconds because there was something else that.
Here, hold up, I got it. Where we at? This right here.
And like get a wife, and then their wife doesn't just like take care of them like she's mommy the sequel. That doesn't happen because
there we go.
Oh, this sucks for me. I'm not doing this for you.
There we go. Okay, so number one, what the fuck sucks about it? Like, lady, did you not have to cook and clean for yourself before you got a husband? Oh, wait, of course you didn't, because you lived in fucking filth and had men pay for all your meals. So the idea that the reason that you, lady, if marriage sucks for you, it's because for the first time in your life, you actually have to look after yourself.
That is true. I have went to a few women's houses when I was younger, and when I go over there, it is not looking good. The woman herself, she put 5 pounds of makeup on, her best clothing and all that stuff. But when she goes to her house, it's disgusting. Yeah. And you go to a fridge, you see like what, an orange in a pitcher of water. Like, bitch, how do you even eat?
Yeah, and say, and the men expect to be looked after like Mommy 2.0. We're fucking paying for the roof over your head, the food in the fridge, the fuel in your car. We are paying out the ass for everything. in a relationship and just asking you to be fucking kind to us is too much.
Yep. We're paying with our physical health as well, depending on the job.
We're paying with physical health. Like, we're not even asking you to cook or clean for us anymore. We're just asking that you pull your own weight.
Yep. And not be a bitch and keep your legs closed. That's it.
Like, we don't fucking bring home all our problems and bitch to you every single day. Like,
No, yeah.
but you will call us at work to bitch about your coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
To bitch
They-
about
they
your
ex-
like, you will literally interrupt our day of focusing on making money to bring home to you, and you will have the audacity to disrupt our day and complain about shit that you didn't even need to get involved in the first place.
Yep. And then it turns out that you were the cause of the problem. But if I say that, I'm the asshole, right?
Yeah. No, again, like, flip this around. Women expect their husbands to be daddy 2.0. And now they're shocked that men are walking away from the whole bullshit.
Yep. Because, well, like once again, and we already said this before, but I'm just gonna reiterate. Responsibility without authority is pretty much slavery. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, we can't do shit. You know, we can't do shit without fucking our lives over. So there goes you as a spoiled brat running amok saying, "Hey, give you a glass of water. Why do I have to give you a glass of water? I'm not your slave, okay? You got 2 hands. Go get it yourself." After you've done like a 12, 14-hour shift.
Yeah, that's where I just go like, that's where I just go like, all right, that's $5 docked from your allowance. You ain't a slave, bitch. You ain't a slave, bitch. You're a servant. I'm paying you. You want to quit? There's the door.
And exactly.
Because there are fucking bitches that will absolutely wait on me hand and foot in exchange for money. In fact, I'm going to go to one of them right now. I'm going to go to my local Subway and have a bitch make me a sandwich.
Hey, as long as you don't get a passport, all right, they won't make too much of a big deal.
I didn't say which Subway.
Oh,
they got Subway in Japan. They got Subway in the Philippines.
I got bamboozled right there. Okay. Okay.
Like, maybe I want to go to Vietnamese Popeyes in order to get my fucking fried chicken.
Like, what? They got Popeyes in Vietnam? What?
It's either Popeyes or Mary Brown's. I forget which. But they got, like, a Western fried chicken place in Vietnam.
I think it starts with a J. I forgot what it's called. Damn it. But
seriously,
at the end,
seriously, if you ever go into Vietnam, let me know. I'll see if I can set aside the time. And like, I wouldn't claim to be an expert, but I could at least show you around some of the hot spots.
Oh, you're talking about the red light districts?
Oh, no. I'm talking about like some of the cool tourist places in some of the better parts of town.
I know, I'm fucking with you. I'm not going over there like a lone black dude. Nah, fuck that. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm already looking sus in a Asian country, just walking alone. But at the end of the day, the audacity of this chick, because she knows that women in general they feel entitled to a man's security, to a man's resources, to a man's time. But as soon as a man asks for anything in return, not ask, say, hey, can you make me a cup of coffee before I go to work? It's kind of early. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to hurry up and get dressed to get to the construction site. You fix your damn coffee yourself. I'm tired. I got a big day today. And then they wonder why he doesn't come back.
Yeah, and then they say we need to ban bars and have them closed at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because otherwise my husband won't come home until 7 or 8 at night. and then he just goes to bed.
See, that's why the Prohibition era kind of pissed me off, because I'm like, as I think about it, right, and as the more you know about women's nature, I doubt that the drinking was so bad for no reason. I'm sure there was a reason why the men would much rather hang out at the bar than hang out at home.
Well, it's
Because it's happening today.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, it's just it's simply because your coworkers are more pleasant to hang out with.
That's it. You know, the bartender. I'm sure just nothing but men at the time, but you know, the bartender is cool to talk to. Like,
yeah, or shit. Not even that. Like you go to the bar after work, even just to have like one beer. You're eventually going to make some friends there. You're going to make some connections, and you're all gonna. You don't even have to be coworkers. You could all be at separate jobs, and you just end up going to the same bar at a consistent time and chatting with the guys.
And even more simple than that, you just go to the bar by yourself just to have some peace and fucking quiet.
Yeah, because you know,
chill.
like if you got a woman waiting at home, you know the first thing you got to do when you get into that door is go up to her and let her know that you're home and hear whatever fucking bullshit she has throughout the day.
Did you hear about what she said during the painting and wine drinking seminar? Like, what? This bitch over here, the neighbor across the street, she said this and that and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, come on, woman, I'm hungry. What's for dinner? And it turns out she didn't even cook dinner. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, why are you even here?
Yeah, eventually you just stop expecting that. You're just like, look, can I just get some food into my fucking stomach before you start bitching at me?
And these
like,
days,
can you just let me cook my own food in peace?
Yeah, these days, and see, and that's, see, this is the craziest fucked up part. I'm sure you already know, right? Because, you know, you're in Canada, I'm in the US. Women these days expect men after coming home after a 12, 14-hour shift, right? Especially if it's a physical job. They expect the man to still come home and cook dinner for everybody.
Yeah.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Well, yes, they are out of their fucking mind, because that's literally what they're expecting. They expect men these days to play the role of the husband and the wife. So if that man has to play the role of the husband and the wife, why are you here? You're just an extra mouth to feed.
Like, so you're a fucking walking Ona hole and a baby dispenser. That is it.
Agreed. And you know what? I don't really watch Fed and Fraud, but when I did, there's one thing I did agree with what he said. Majority of women, they are useless. Okay, what I mean by that is there are most of the things that women have, men can just outsource. Men can go get a maid. Men can go get a chef. Men can go and get a sex doll or whatever, a sex toy, and do his little deed. He has his hand, whatever it is. At most, literally everything that a woman can offer, a man can just do it himself. So as soon as you tell her, hey, all these things I can just do it myself, what else can you offer me? She just looks dumbfounded and confused, like, oh damn, okay, I guess I don't really have nothing to offer.
Yeah, it's like,
but it's simple.
Like emotional support. Like, I have male friends. I don't need you to give a shit about me. Sex, right. Like there are more options for sex toys now than there have ever been in the entirety of human history, and they're all fucking cheap. Like I can drop $300 on a fucking amazing sex toy, and that's still going to be cheaper than 2 dates with you.
Exactly. And I'm gonna spit game right now. Something that, for some reason, a lot of women, it's hard for them to compute in their head. Let me give you some game when it comes to understanding men. Make his life easier. Oh shit, a revelation. Oh my god. Make his life easier. Are you out of your fucking mind? He's supposed to make my life easier. Blah 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 blah. That's all you really need to do to have a man to mainly stay around. Make his life easier. Every man is different, so maybe you should use your critical thinking skills and figure out where he's lacking and then fill that void.
It's just, you are asking a woman to observe a man and try to understand his wants and needs. Do you understand the futility of such an action?
I'm sorry, making coffee for her man before he goes to work is too much to ask. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm putting too much responsibility on them. Too much responsibility.
You cannot have the same standards of empathy towards women that you would expect from a dog.
Oh no, I don't expect any type of empathy. I'm saying if you want your resources to stick around.
Oh no, but that's the thing. But empathy is required for them to actually benefit. Like a dog will, they'll learn that you like to do stuff with them. A dog will not complain as much about getting you your pair of fucking slippers and newspaper.
No, I agree.
A dog will fetch without bitching.
Well, I'm just saying that's all they like. See, there's a reason why. Well, various reasons why their great grandmother had a successful relationship and not the modern woman today. But the main thing is be useful. Don't be useless. Be useful. I'm just putting it as simple as possible. And I know that I'm putting too much work on women right now, but I'm just keeping it simple. Be useful.
But that's the thing. But that would a woman being useful when she's in a committed relationship, to say nothing being married. That's literally the first time in her entire life she's had to be useful.
Oh shit. But it's something that is so. Well, once again, I blame radical feminism. I blame feminism in general because that's literally started the entire thing. Feminism and the Sims that enabled it, the powers to be.
Yeah, because women can't do anything nowadays without inconveniencing a man.
Pretty much.
Like everything, if a woman needs something done, she looks for the nearest man to do it. That is her baseline instinct. So if you're asking her to be around a man 24/7, she's like, well, I can't ask another man to do shit for my man because I can't pay with my vagina to him. So, well, to be fair, she does get daddy beta bucks to pay for Chad and Tyrone's takeout meals. So she understands it in that regard. But that's about it.
Who he says expectations for a woman is hate speech. Agreed. Any standards that you have as a man, you're a misogynist in 2023.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's probably the thing. Where you can say, why don't you want to get married? Why don't you want to get a relationship? Because being in a relationship implies that I'm going to have an expectation from the woman, and I don't want to be a misogynist, so I'm just going to remain single and look after myself.
Yep. And what's it called? It's society isn't even feeling it yet, but because of the couple of situations where men decided to do nothing, like the subway situation, just nothing but outrage across the country about what happened in Philadelphia, where that woman was getting raped by that
hey, she was being diversified.
Yeah, that, and no man did a fucking thing.
Well, no, they took video.
Besides that, right? They didn't intervene, and there was outrage across the country.
Yeah. No man put his life on the line for a strange woman who, for all they do, was just into some really kinky shit.
So, remember, gentlemen, this woman is implying that men are entitled. Now, and here's the thing. She says that men are feels entitled to have a wife, expect to have a wife, expect the wife to, do things for him, do some mommy stuff. But modern women expect a man that she doesn't even know, right? Random stranger, to sacrifice his life, his physical well-being to protect her. But she's strong and independent.
Like that would be the equivalent of a man expecting a random woman to have sex with him. just out on the street saying, "Hey, I'm picking you to be my hole for tonight," and she's like, oh, "No," and the man's like, "How fucking dare you say no? You fucking misandrous! Why do you hate men?"
That's a great comparison. That's how ridiculous they sound right now. But gentlemen, just to say it one more time, she is implying that we're the ones that are expecting things. We're the ones that are entitled.
Yeah, she ain't even implying it. She's outright stating it.
By saying like 200 words, a whole lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and read this right quick. Dax Dog, thank you for your generous donation. He says, keep roasting these worthless roasties, my dude. Oh, believe me, I'm gonna continue. Because you can't make a whole panel about what's wrong with men and not expect men to pick it apart like the great scholars we are. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much.
I'm thinking eventually I'm just gonna have to like get an AI chatbot to be a fucking secondary model with this. Be like, oh god, guys, like the chat's expecting a roast tonight, but I got to work on some other shit. Oh, I know. I'll program a robot to roast them because it's not really that hard.
Well, like you said yesterday, a chatbot would do a better job than these women right now.
Well, that's the thing. Like these, fuck, and that's the exact problem. Like these women go around in circles and talk about absolute nonsense. You can literally program a chatbot to have a more coherent conversation.
It's insane, man. And before we continue, like we said again, gentlemen, we ain't gonna promise here. We ain't gonna pause every 5-10 seconds. So just hang in there.
We're trying to make it 30 seconds at a time. Trying.
Yeah, we're trying, right? Our longest was like 17 seconds. If you want to support your boy, link on top of the chat, Cash App /Sirius. Any donation is appreciated if you feel that the content that we are producing is worth your investment. Thank you very much. Let's listen to this bullshit. Okay.
They don't automatically get a job where they can work 40 hours a week, clock in at 9, clock out at 5, buy a house on a nice cul-de-sac, raise 3 kids.
Oh wait. Let me hold up. Okay, now she's talking out of her ass. Let me. What the fuck?
Mommy, the sequel. That doesn't happen because women are like, no, this sucks for me. I'm not doing this for you. They don't automatically get a job where they can work 40 hours a week, clock in at 9, clock out at 5, buy a house on a nice cul-de-sac, raise 3 kids. They don't get those things that they thought were coming to them, right?
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen after the fact? Because of the very high expectations of women, that ain't helping whatsoever. And number 2, this is another clear projection because guess who just automatically gets hired because, they exist? You heard of affirmative action, right?
Yeah, and like it's the thing, it's like men, like it's amazing because she's admitting that men aren't expecting the house and the kids. They're expecting there to be a job and a job that pays enough for them to be able to afford a house and raise a family, which 100 years ago you could.
Oh, you definitely could. Yes. So she's let's continue.
Like the thing is, she's making it sound like it's so unreasonable to expect to be able to buy a house and raise a family on a full-time job.
Yeah, she's just straight projecting right now. Let's continue.
That they thought they were entitled to, especially like.
See, they thought that they were entitled to.
Yeah. They thought that they were entitled to because they blew tens of thousands of dollars to get a sheet of toilet paper that said they were qualified to earn better than minimum wage.
But they weren't able to get the job that they worked so hard for because why? They're a white man.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yep, I went there.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah, like they're fucking white dudes, so like they don't qualify for all these fucking diversity hire positions. Or the economy is so fucking bullshit right now because guess who's in HR deciding who gets hired and whose resumes even make it past the fucking submission box?
Liberal woman.
Liberal women.
Feminist.
Yeah. So now it's put like, yeah, here's an entry level job. You need 6 years of experience. And you're going to be legit. I looked this up to see, like, you know, were I to get back into the biology field, kind of follow Chronic's path a little bit, what would be an example of an entry-level job? 4 years of schooling, 2 years of experience, and at the low end, less money than I make right now doing a trade.
Agreed. That's the reward of busting your ass for all these years.
Yeah, Matt, like rack up tens of thousands of dollars in debt to be paid less than I could earn starting at an entry level position in a trade.
Like I said before, I got a boy that has been doing welding for 7 years now, and he's making close to 100,000 at the moment. He didn't even go to school.
I got to look at welding certifications because I've had a bit of experience with that, but I think it'd actually be worth investing in a welding kit and practicing.
Yep. And I honestly thought that he would be starting a family and stuff, because he was talking about that throughout high school, like I'm gonna get a family and blah blah blah. Nope. He lives in a small house in the middle of nowhere in a certain state, and he has everything paid off. He has 2 motorcycles and 2 vehicles, and he's just traveling and just living his best life. He is what I strive for.
Yeah, that sounds like he's fucking set. He's probably going to be able to retire before 60.
Yeah, his goal was to retire by 50 years old. He said by 50, I want to be done working. I'm like, you know what? I respect that.
Sounds like he's on the right path. Yeah. And it's not like your welding skills go bad. So I'm pretty sure that even like if he made it to like 65, 70, and he was like, I could use a little bit of extra scratch, I'm still a skilled welder.
Yeah, and he almost fell for it too, right? He was talking to some lady, and then the lady out of nowhere revealed that she was expecting a kid and stuff, and he it's crazy because he didn't even have to be quote unquote red pill, right? He didn't even have to have some type of label. He just red flags just started like going off in his head. He said like this is like not right. This is not cool. Like she literally expects him to take on another man's kid. He's like, what the fuck? And then he says as the more time went on, more and more he started to mess with women, he realized how fucked up the game is. So the farthest he'll go is smash and dash. I'm like, you know what, you're one of the lucky ones, bro, because not too many men are able to learn.
Yeah, although pro tip, don't tell them how much you make.
Oh yeah.
Like you fucking smash and dash, like you better not be getting on by fucking selling your career because they're going to pull out fucking lawyers. Yeah,
his clothes are simple except for his shoes. He got some nice shoes, but he always wears like t-shirts or a hoodie. He got his mind right. He's on the right path. I'm proud of that dude.
Like seriously, what in your day-to-day life requires more than a button-up shirt?
Nothing really. Like
yeah, like unless you're going to some fucking decent ass social event, a button-up shirt is already fancy for most day-to-day life.
Exactly. And what this woman said that the man is expecting to have a wife and expecting to have a family in the house in 2023, no, we don't expect any of that shit. We majority of men gave up. We gave up on that idea. It's not even we don't feel entitled anymore.
Yeah,
we just don't want to do it.
Yeah, no, like nowadays, like teenagers are realizing that they're not going to be able to afford a home after they get out of high school. Like,
Agreed.
Like, they're not stupid. Like, at the very least, like even me growing up is like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking go to post-secondary for several years to get a high enough paying job to rent a half decent place. Like the idea of owning my own place didn't really come up until it was like, hot damn, motherfuckers are paying less in their mortgage payments than I am in rent. And that's the really fucked thing, is that most guys are paying so much in rent, they could absolutely afford mortgage payments, but they don't have the down payment.
Agreed.
Like, it's not the month to month that's the issue. It's the tens of thousands of dollars you need to put down beforehand.
Yeah, I completely agree. And how can he do that? You know, because job is one thing, right? You have a way better chance if you're single. But how can you do that when you have to take care of a wife, right? And these days, what's your money is my money. What's my money is my money, right? So I doubt that she will contribute to any of the funds to put down a down payment, right? Because that's supposed to be your job as a man.
Because that's the thing. Like, she'll demand to be the one in charge of the money. Like, the woman will say, like, well, I'm the housewife. But I guess if she makes less money, then she'll say that she as the woman should be the one to manage it because women are more fiscally responsible than men. And if she makes more money, then she'll say, well, I contribute more, therefore I should be the one to decide how it's spent because clearly I'm better with
it. When it comes to being more responsible, right, especially with the housewife, you just have nothing else to do. It's not you being more responsible. You don't really have much to do as a housewife.
Yeah, well,
please let me know.
Just because you're better at spending money doesn't mean you're better at managing it.
Exactly.
Like it's not a skill to be able to find more things to spend money on.
Yes. So on top of her, what if that man has kids on top of that? Right? He still wants to live that American dream. He still believes that it exists, and he has a wife and kid. Now he's trying to go for that house. There's no fucking way he can get a house taking care of a family. It'll be decades before he has a chance. The average man.
Yeah, like he's gonna need to get money from his parents. Like that's basically like the parents are gonna have to give the down payment.
Yes,
because like the Gen X or Boomer parents are the only ones with enough excess income that they could even do that.
And even when all of that comes together, you finally get that house. Booyah, the American dream. I'm winning. Right? Terrence Pop, winning.
Yeah.
All that can be taken away. Just like that.
Precisely. Again, and it's the loaded gun. And even like Jarl Thor is saying, got a house for 10 grand, but lots to fix. So I don't know. Like, dude, once you have the house, like even if you have to spend $30,000 to get the place fixed up, that's better than having to put $30,000 down before you can even get the house.
Agreed. You know, it's like once again, Chad, it's not what she's trying to, project or try to shift blame onto men. Again, we don't feel entitled whatsoever. Men in general gave up. There's literally it's a lose-lose situation in the West. No matter what you do as a man, there's still a very high chance, right? Over 50% that you're going to lose at the end of the day. You lost.
Yeah. Like, again, but as soon as you say, well, you know what? No, I'm not entitled to anything. I do give up. Then they start fucking reeing and shaming about how, no, you can't give up. You're not, man. Well, you still need to struggle for it. You still need to fucking work for it. You just can't feel entitled to it.
You still need to get a wife.
It's like saying that, when I roll my dice, I expect it to be an even chance to get any number from 1 to 6. You have handed me loaded dice where it rolls 1 90% of the time, and then telling me I still need to keep rolling.
Like, no, I'm not stupid. Okay, like once again, this is why we always preach men need to base their decisions on probability, right? Not possibility, not the hope factor, probability. So that's why many men today in general in the West are saying fuck this, fuck the house, fuck the wife, fuck the kids, because based on probability, no matter what I do, even if I do everything right as a real man supposed to, there's still an over 50% chance that it's game over. All of my hard work was for nothing. So I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. So it's not nothing about entitlement. I'm just not fucking doing it. Shit. I'm going to put my chips in another basket.
Yeah. Like, it's saying like, look, I expect to have a fair shot in exchange for my work. And that's called entitlement.
It's crazy, man. I like chat. I know she only said like 2 sentences and we're going on a whole essay, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Let's continue.
5, buy a house on a nice cul-de-sac, raise 3 kids. They don't get those things that they thought were coming to them, right? That they thought they were entitled to, especially like younger men without college degrees. Like you're not going to be able to afford any of that shit. My first thought reading this was like, just get universal health care and universal childcare. Those.
No.
Really? You just get it. Just get it.
Remember that one video of that woman saying, "Oh, you're homeless? Just buy a house."
Yes. Like just get it. Just vote for the government to have more control. Like, bitch, it's not fucking free, and it's not fucking universal. like I'm not like get fucking universal healthcare. And did she say childcare, universal healthcare, and childcare?
I'm pretty sure that's what she said. Let me go ahead.
Yeah. Let's just
a
confirm before I rant on that.
Yeah.
That they thought were coming to them, right? That they thought they were entitled to, especially like younger men without college degrees. Like you're not going to be able to afford any of that shit. My first thought reading this was like, just get universal health care and universal childcare.
There we go. Okay. Men are not the ones racking up a shit ton of bullshit medical expenses.
Yep.
They are not hard up for money because they have to pay for fucking daycare and school. That is a woman problem.
And public school is pretty much a goddamn daycare.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like universal childcare, it's called public school.
And guess who pays for most of it?
That's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Men can't afford all this shit because a third of their income is going towards paying for your universal health care and childcare that already exists.
In the military and the welfare and all these other crazy.
That's the thing. It's welfare. Men are already paying for all the welfare through their taxes or through inflation, which makes everything more expensive. Men pay for that shit. Asking for more, that benefits you, the woman, and the burden on men gets higher. That's why she's like, well, we need to find solutions that appeal to both. And then the solution that she proposes just like primarily benefits women and is done at the expense of men.
Yep, that's why she said it so easily. She said it without hesitation because
she
doesn't have to worry about it.
She had that fucking prepared. Like she had that waiting on the fucking back burner. You heard how fast she rattled that off.
Just immediately, I'm like, wow, okay, so who's gonna pay for it?
She rattled that shit off faster than a dude with Tourette's cursing.
Yeah, and watch if World War III pops off. Just send the men over there. The men is gonna protect us. Like, hold up, wait a minute, whoa.
It's like Google auto correct. It's your duty as men too.
Oh, now it's my duty as a man to be cannon fodder? I thought men were obsolete. See, they love to move the goalposts to fit their narrative. They love it. This is how they operate, these feminists, and it's just hilarious and very pathetic. Just how quick she's able to think. It's a very simple solution: universal healthcare, universal childcare, universal everything.
Just get it. Just get it. Not pay for it. Just get it. Like this. I heard this in a comment section, and it really illustrates it. That these people seem to think that the only reason that there isn't free healthcare and childcare is because people aren't willing to do it.
I'm not surprised.
Like, they literally think the only reason that there isn't all this free shit is because people are greedy.
Oh, beyond greedy. And when it comes to all this warfare and stuff, like, see, once again, she makes it sound so easy. I'm sure taxes are going to be, raised through the roof, probably to 45 to 50%.
Well,
based on universal health care and universal child care.
God, and here's the thing. Whenever, like, I don't have the stats to back this up. So if someone can come at me with stats otherwise, I will gladly take it back and apologize. But the ones who use universal healthcare and childcare, well, I'll fuck the childcare. The ones who use universal healthcare the most are women.
Yes.
Like, they will go in and like sit in an emergency room for everything.
The most minute. If they have a headache or a migraine or the peaky toe is kind of sore.
Yeah, like they'll go in for the slightest inconvenience and use the medical service. Like, because it's free, it only costs them time. And no one's going to give a shit if they take time off. Whereas the man, like, he's making decent money. He's not going to. Whereas if you instead made all medical care privatized, where you had to pay for it, then you'd have some fucking discretion. Like, I remember they were talking about trying to control traffic on this one major road, like in the UK. And what they found worked was making it a toll road during peak hours. Because then only the people who needed to use it would use it, and everyone who was just using it out of convenience would take a slightly longer route.
Right.
And thus the traffic congestion disappeared.
But yeah, man, you already know men do not have the time to even take advantage of universal health care. Like, we have to, who else is going to pay for this universal health care? So men are going to have to bust their butt anyway, even harder.
Yeah, men are going to have to work longer hours, which is going to require less of an ability to go in and reap the benefits of this.
And gentlemen, do you know why a lot of men, I'm sure you guys can agree with me on this, you know why a lot of men pretty much don't go to the hospital when they probably should at times? It's because they don't have the time. They have to go to work. They have to take care of their family.
Yeah. Well, they got to make the fucking bread. And honestly, part of it is annoying as hell to me sometimes, because there's been more than once where someone has come in sick. Like, this one dude, like, he did not take time off work when he got, well, he basically caught the latest bug,
Yeah.
and he came into work and he knocked out basically like half the workforce. He knocked like it fucking one man epidemic.
Damn. Spread like a wildfire.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, it's just crazy how they overlook all of these variables, because I guarantee you, right? Which will never happen, right? This is my little hypothetical. If they actually discuss the various variables that contributes to what they're trying to say, A, they'll be wrong. B, this stream will be 2-3 more hours. This panel.
Well, that's the thing. Just touching on the subjects that they've gone at, we haven't even gotten 15 minutes into this. And we already have 4 hours of content discussing these same topics that they are just breezing past. Like, they are taking incredibly complex subjects and then just dismissively hand waving them away.
Yeah, because I feel. Pretty much the argument, but let's go ahead and continue.
Those two things, I mean, it's just as to get those things that they thought they were that they thought were coming to them, right? That they thought they were entitled to, especially like younger men without college degrees. Like, you're not going to be able to afford any of that shit. My first thought reading this was like, just get universal healthcare and universal childcare. Those two things. I mean, it's just as doing a lot of heavy lifting in that, because we would have to dismantle the entire insurance industry and reorder the entire healthcare system. But if we had universal healthcare, I would imagine that these men who are young and on opioids or on disability would be able to better access care that could help them get into a position where they are A, mentally healthier, B, physically healthier, C, not as economically insecure, because economic insecurity I know runs a lot of interference for things that are definitely not economic insecurity, but they
economically insecure.
Okay, but that's the thing. Like, okay. So let me break it down for this.
Yeah,
bitch.
what does that even mean?
I'm gonna break it down for the bitch, since she apparently doesn't understand. The men are on opioids because they had to work so long, so hard in such tough jobs that they had to get on painkillers just to function. And these highly addictive painkillers then became addicted to.
Yep, I seen it off in the military.
So if you want to reduce the opioids, step 1 is to reduce the amount of hours a man needs to work. But you're saying, no. All the men that are working need to pay more to pay for the guys who can't work because of opioids. Her solution is literally going to make the problem worse.
But it'll make things easier for her.
And same with economic insecurity. If a man's economically insecure, it's because he needs to earn more money than he currently is. Now, do men make stupid decisions and buy shit that they don't need? Yes, usually to impress a woman.
But shit is making it.
But if they got to take home more than 2/3 of their paycheck, then they'd have some extra money to spend, and they wouldn't be economically insecure.
At the end of the day, her solutions wants to make women's lives easier. It has nothing to do with men.
Yeah, because it's like, we need universal health care and child care, because then men with opioid addictions will better be able to access treatment. Okay, just because more money is being funneled into it doesn't mean that the quality of care increases.
And on top of that situation, when she said, the opioids and all that stuff, let me rewind a little bit just so I don't get it wrong.
young and on opioids or on disability would be able to better access care that could help them get into a position where they are
Oh yeah. So clearly they haven't done their homework, because on average, do you really believe that universal health care equals, quality health care? Chat, I don't know where you're from, but with your knowledge of universal health care, does that usually mean better quality health care?
Like, I would say look at North Korea, because they have it in their constitution that every citizen remains is entitled to healthcare. But if you want a clean room and anesthetic, you better have a bribe ready.
Oh, big bribe. I mean, mega bribe. See, look, universal healthcare always garbage. Not here, yeet, red flag. Because at least, even if you never experienced universal healthcare before, if you use that common sense and say, hey, okay, if everybody has the right to healthcare, will doctors even care at that point if they're getting paid similar or not getting as paid as they would like to be?
Well, no, I think it's quite simple. The doctors won't give a shit whether or not what they diagnose or hand out even works, because they get paid by the hour, not by the success.
Yeah. So there's literally no incentive to actually put in the work to make sure that you're better. Okay, they'd be like, "Oh, you got a broken leg and a broken ankle and a broken hip. Here's some ibuprofen.
Yeah, here's a subscription to some painkillers. Come back in 2 weeks and let me know how things updated.
Rub some dirt on it. Just rub some dirt. That's all you need." Is that really the quality of healthcare you want, lady? Because they're not going to they're going to treat the women and men the same, according to my knowledge. The doctors won't give a fuck.
Well, no. Here's the thing: like, the doctors won't give a fuck about men, but women have an in-group preference. Men have an out-group preference. It's more so that a doctor's care is going to be entirely based on how that doctor feels about the patient.
How they feel.
So let me ask you this, ladies. Do you want your medical care to be based on how willing you are to get on your knees and suck some doctor dick?
Oh, you went there, bro. You went there, but you're not wrong.
Well, let's be honest. Most of them would gladly get on their knees and suck Dr. Dick for free.
Well, it's like, hey,
and then they spit that shit, and then they'd spit that shit into their hand and shove it up their coochie when he's not.
Disgusting.
They have, and they would.
I'm sure. But at the end of the day, chat, I'm sure that happened before. I'm sure it's happening right now. I'm sure it will happen in the future with this universal healthcare shit.
Oh, okay. My wife and the DMV doctor's office, literally, that is the Canadian healthcare system. It is go to one window, tell them what's going on, get directed to another section, take a number, sit down, wait till your number's called, go in, get your primary tell the doctor your symptoms, go to another window, get your wristband and go get your registration, sit back down, wait for you to be called by name, get your wristband, wait, get your first person to see you, wait, get your next person to see you, wait. Like, if you are in and out of the doctor's office in under an hour, that is amazingly fast. Well, even then, don't you got to wait months prior to even have a chance to go into the doctor's office? That is if you require anything more than just a one-day visit and you need to schedule a future appointment. I'm talking you need to get the shit that I just described. That's to get fucking diagnosis for injuries and a prescription for some painkillers.
Yep. So
and
if you need, like, the
if God forbid you want a family doctor, you were on a multi-year waiting list.
see, I knew it. I agree. Sandman had to wait a year for the surgery, 6 months in the UK. And let me know if I'm wrong or not. The appointments aren't even guaranteed.
No, they're not.
So they can reschedule you if they need to reschedule you.
Yeah. Like when I had to go to an out of town hospital for a specialist to just make sure that my bones were healing right. I had to book, I booked a day off work to do it. And they called me thankfully before I got in the vehicle and went for a 1 hour commute and said, yeah, the doctor's sick. We're going to reschedule for next week.
Man, see, this is why I'm a big fan of capitalism, at least when it comes to healthcare. I want to pay for the best possible healthcare I can. I ain't trying to get that mediocre bullshit. Because once again, gentlemen, health is wealth. You know, it's something that you're not really going to get back if you don't take care of it early enough. And that's a big thing you're going to have to deal with based on Gray's experience with the universal healthcare. It's going to be a pain in the ass. You know, if it's your what's up?
Yeah, for all that I got, and I missed multiple days of work and paid for a fair bit in gas. And also that the only actual medical treatment I needed was some stitches.
That's it?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that big, just a few stitches?
5 stitches.
Just 5?
5 stitches and take it easy.
Wow.
5 stitches and take it easy for 2 weeks.
I will be fuming. Even the Veteran Affairs, the VA isn't that bad. Jesus Christ.
Now I did need x-rays and CAT scans to make sure that the shit wasn't worse. But the only actual medical treatment I needed was some stitches.
Question: for the universal healthcare, how long do you have to wait in the emergency room?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends. Without an appointment, if you show up and there is no one else there because you just timed it amazingly well, you could be in and out in less than an hour. It is far more likely that it could be anywhere from 3 to 5 hours.
On average.
Typically, yes.
Okay, so he hit it right on the money, Revan. So that's what I was wondering. Yeah, I never in my life had to wait 4 hours, especially going to the ER. That's crazy.
Yeah, I am straight up sitting half concussed, bleeding out, and it still took over an hour before anyone even took a look at me.
So I will literally have to be missing a limb or shot up in order to have any type of
if you're not leaking some kind of bodily fluid onto the floor, you're gonna have to wait.
Damn. So you can be bleeding in the head and internal bleeding, and they'd be like, just wait a couple more hours.
I absolutely could have been having a fucking brain bleed and just dropped in the middle of the emergency room.
But this is what the lady on the upper left suggests. She wants that type of healthcare for the men.
Yeah, she wants just more of that. She thinks that is what will solve men's problems.
Nah, she said I got some medical bills. That's what she said.
That's because she's well, I want to be able to access. Again, she's she's thinking that, like, oh, you know, men need to access more medical stuff to deal with their opioid shit. No, like, men are not addicted to fucking opioids because they can't afford their medical bills.
They're just in a lot of pain. Now, just in a lot of pain. They're probably just looking after themselves first. Shit, like,
yeah, like they went into work like fucking half asleep, made a 2-second lapse of judgment, and had their hand turned into pancake batter. Like, that is why they're addicted to opioids, because they required something on the scale of fucking morphine so that they could stop screaming.
but they're here right now talking about opioids like it's no big deal, like it's candy and shit.
Yeah, she's like, oh, and we need to dismantle the insurance industry. It's like, that is not the issue. The insurance industry, again, she's talking, as Hammerhand pointed out, she's proposing fixing the symptoms, not the cause. This is like, hey, you know, I'm bleeding everywhere, and someone going like, oh, I should get you some bandages. Well, what about the guy who keeps stabbing me? No, you just need some bandages. Don't worry about the guy who's stabbing you.
Here, the guy that stabbed you, he'll help you put on the bandages.
Yeah, here, we'll give the, here, you know what? Oh, you have someone who hangs out with you regularly? Yes, but he keeps stabbing me. Well, now you have someone to help apply the bandages. But he's making me bleed out. Look, you came here because you were bleeding out from knife wounds, not to deal with your guy who's stabbing you.
I'm not Superman here, okay? Oh, that sounds so evil, but that's literally what she's doing right now. But let's hear more of the. Bro, this panel is crazy. I would have lost my mind within the first 2 minutes. Let's continue.
A, mentally healthier. B, physically healthier. C, I would imagine that these men who are young and on opioids or on disability would be able to better access care that could help them get into a position where they are A, mentally healthier, B, physically healthier, C, not as economically insecure, because, you know, economic insecurity, I know, runs a lot of interference for things that are definitely not economic insecurity, but they would have their basic needs met. And I think in a country that just repeatedly refuses to address basic needs, like making.
I love how it's basic needs for men, but for women, they need the world.
She sidestepped the issue so hard, she's in another time zone.
Yeah, I don't know where she's going with this at all.
Like, that's the, because it starts off with, I would imagine. So she straight up is admitting she doesn't know shit. She is just making this up as she goes along, but she's talking as though she actually has some sort of well thought out argument.
Yeah, it was completely red flag when she's talking about economic insecurity. Like,
yeah, like that's the thing. It was like let's start with men on opioid addiction, and then I'm just going to keep sidestepping to the left until I get into more communist talking points.
Right, and once again, like, she keeps saying their basic needs met. Their basic needs met. Why does it have to be basic needs?
Oh, and you said universal health care and child care. What about that solves a man's basic needs? You, not 2 minutes ago, were calling them entitled for expecting a fucking house and a job. And now you're talking about how healthcare and childcare will help them get their basic needs met. You don't give a fuck about basic needs. If men were the ones saying that they need their basic needs were healthcare and childcare, you'd call them entitled.
Exactly. They want men to not complain and get back to work. You know, well, their basic needs are met, so I don't know why the fuck they're crying and moaning. I don't know why they're trying to be victims. Like, that's literally what she's trying to steer the conversation to. As long as we have these government programs that mainly benefit women, the men will at least have their most minimum care taken care of. So they should shut the fuck up after that.
Yeah,
I'm
what,
pretty
and what
sure
do they
that's what
need
she
for,
said.
and what do they need for minimum care? Whatever the fuck I say. Because if men tell me what they need, they're entitled. But if I tell men what they need, then it's correct. And even though it's all something that I imagine, because I don't actually know shit about what men need.
You hit it right there. You hit it right on the money. I can't describe it any better than that. That's a good. That's pretty much what she's saying, chat. I'm gonna address this right quick. I got a donation from Mr. Pliskin. He says, "Sub to Frost's channel, Hawaii bound." Thank you very much for your donation, Mr. Pliskin. If you guys don't know who Frost is, Frost, if you're still in the live stream, that's his channel. Show your link, Frost, so people can sub to your channel.
Yeah, he is getting the fuck out of here, and congrats to him for that.
Yeah, he has some great content as well. If you want to check him out, right here. Bam.
before he gets banned again, because he don't hold back. Like, you think Yeet and I don't hold back? No. Frost don't fucking hold back.
Yeah, he needs to eventually hop on Odyssey. But before we continue, once again, link on top of the chat if any of you guys feel generous to invest in your boy Sirius, okay? Because I already told you guys, me and Gray, we're gonna have a field day. This is so much content for people to learn from. I love it because this panel is literally women. Their ego is just so out of control that they truly believe that they know how men are, what men want, what men need, which is clearly not the case. Let's go ahead and continue. Let's rewind right quick because I get confused. All right, let's go.
And I think in a country that just repeatedly refuses to address basic needs, like making life better for women and making, one of the things.
Basic needs making life better for women. Isn't that this fucking conversation in a nutshell?
They keep going back to women. They keep going back. Okay, I guess the farthest they can go is basic needs for men.
No,
then they go back to women.
Yeah, no. This country doesn't do enough for basic needs. My example of basic needs is a better life for women, not anything specific for women. That's the thing. It's like, what does a woman want? More. Like, that's all. She can't even think of anything that she has nothing specific that women actually need. She just wants more for women, and she doesn't think the government is doing enough, despite women being the ones who benefit most from government handouts, fucking affirmative action, exclusive scholarships, quotas for hiring into higher paid positions,
exclusive spaces where they can have
exclusive laws, like exclusive fucking departments. Like, I'm pretty sure that most governments have some kind of department of women, but none of them have a department of men.
Yep, none of just strictly men.
Well, no, just for men. Like a department entirely.
Okay, for men. Sorry.
Yeah, entirely. Like, they have departments entirely geared towards doing shit for women. They don't have a department entirely geared towards doing shit for men.
No, they have like what? 1, 2 male homeless shelters in the United States? Probably 3. Like, but then the rest of them is just women.
Like
women.
Even the most patriarchal societies still have shit set aside for women.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I said before, majority of homelessness is men in the United States.
So what kind of fantasy fucking land does she live in where this country, aka the United States, because of course she's going to be an American, doesn't do enough for women? Like the only reason that a country doesn't do enough for women is because women are never satisfied with what is done for them.
Oh no, they never are.
Like it will
You're-
never be enough. You can never give a woman enough.
You give them the world, they will ask for the stars.
Yeah, you give her heaven, she'll complain about the view.
Literally. You know, it's all about what haven't you done for me right now.
Like
That's
I
like,
know,
that's how
I know,
they.
I know that you gave me a lot, but now that you've given me a lot, I think you're holding out on me. You could give me more.
That's
You can
pretty
give-
much
if
what's
you can
happening.
you can give me this much, then you can give me more.
But hey, Chad, this is a clear fucking example, right? So I talked about homeless shelters. There's only 4 total in the United States, at least to my knowledge. The rest of them are women homeless shelters. Yet, majority of homelessness, I think 80%, maybe even 90%.
1 in 4
of men.
are women, so at least
Oh,
75.
75%.
At
Yeah.
least 75% of homeless are men, and women think that more men need to be homeless.
Yep. There's only 4 shelters in the United States, Chad. Only 4. But
Yeah.
75% of men are homeless.
Yeah, so maybe wonder if that correlates. I wonder if you could say like, maybe the reason there's so many homeless men is because there's only 4 homeless shelters that aren't exclusive to women. Maybe the reason there's so few women homeless is because there's so many homeless shelters for them.
And a lot of Captain Saberhoes.
Yeah, like I mean, it reminds me of a Cyanide Happiness comic. It's like, dude, why'd you take in that homeless woman? She smells fucking horrible, shits everywhere, and is trying to stab you in her sleep because she thinks that's pennies under your eyes. He's like, yeah, but she might suck my dick. And then it flashbacks to a kid delivering a report, and that's why I think there's fewer homeless women than men.
Like, so you're
teacher-
saying
and the-
there's a chance.
And the teacher's just fucking appalled. But it's like, but no, that's true. Like, fucking desperate ass dudes will absolutely take in a homeless woman on the thought that she might give them a fucking blowjob.
But remember, chat. Remember, let's go back to the issue at hand. She said that there isn't basic needs that are being met, such as better things for women. Yet women's basic needs are definitely being taken care of way more compared to men. And the homelessness is one of many examples.
And James Von Maxwell, Salvation Army is not a government homeless shelter. It's a private one. I'm sure that Yeats stats don't include private enterprise.
No, just the government stuff. But that's what I'm talking about, chat. This is what I mean. And I agree with Gray as well. They just want more, even though they have way more compared to men. But also, like what Gray said before, the empathy is not there. They literally just don't give a fuck. They always revert. They go right back into what they want. And what's the whole premises of this panel? What's the whole reason why this panel is happening right now? Is because the doctor dude, the whatever, the social worker or the psychologist, just opinionate. He's like, hey, maybe we should focus on boys having better, just better resources, be more prepared in life. Okay, we need to get them up there in equality.
Yeah, but even the title of this makes it summarizes this entire thing perfectly. What's the matter with men? It's not women. That's their argument. That is
Right.
everything they have to say. The problem with men is not women. Now give women more shit.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Like, and they honestly thought, see, gentlemen, they really thought this was a good idea. They honestly thought this was a very productive live stream and kept it up.
Well, that's it. They felt fucking amazing, and there's enough simps in the chat that are gonna make them fucking suck their clits over this. Make it sound like, oh, you're so intelligent and compassionate and empathetic. You really care so much for men. It's clear. Like, no, it ain't. And then anyone who fucking objects is gonna have their comments fucking deleted or hidden.
That's pretty much. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and continue. Let me rewind just a little bit, because now I get it. You have to rewind a few seconds because they have no train of thought. It's everywhere. So let's go ahead and continue.
Repeatedly refuses to address basic needs like making life better for women and making, one of the things that's highlighted in this article is these men whose families are broken, their wives are leaving them, or people don't want to marry them. It's like all of these things.
No, it's not. They won't. Well, let me address this right quick. I just want to address this right quick. It's not. People don't want to marry men. First off, men are the gatekeepers of relationships, right? The women come to them in order to have a marriage. Then the woman leaves. So I agree with the women leaving or kicking the man out of the household, but not, women just don't want to marry them, so that's why there's broken up. That makes no fucking sense. But let me go ahead and rewind a few more seconds, because now, like, she's really talking out of her ass.
The things that's highlighted in this article is these men whose families are broken, their wives are leaving them, or people don't want to marry them. It's like all of these things would be slightly more fixed if we just made some systemic adjustments so that things didn't suck so much for everybody.
What?
Wow, what a fucking revelation. If we just made some systemic adjustments so that things sucked less, then things would suck less for everybody. Oh my fucking God, this woman has just solved all world issues. Just apply systemic solutions that make things suck less, and things will suck less for everyone. Holy shit, that's brilliant.
They just had to include themselves, not just men, everybody. They can't just keep it at men and making men's lives better. They always have to include themselves.
Just make things better for everybody, and then things will be better for everybody. Amazing. Amazing.
I swear to God, like, I couldn't stay in the panel. I couldn't. Okay. Let's continue before let's continue. Let me rewind a little bit.
All of these things would be slightly more fixed if we just made some systemic adjustments so that things didn't suck so much for everybody. It just seems like, and I don't think, like Julius also pointed out, the blaming little girls thing, that really kind of stuck in.
Who's blaming? Where's the blame? Where's the blame? Am I losing my fucking mind? Am I the one that's going crazy right now?
Nothing. No source that you have pulled up, ladies, has blamed little girls. You literally made that out of nowhere. You pulled that shit out of nowhere, and I'm like, yeah. And then, as Jamie said, they're blaming little girls. No, Jamie pulled it out of her ass that they were blaming little girls. And this is why you can't trust fucking news from women on everything, because their idea of a credible source is just some woman I know said it,
or they just switch up the words into what they perceived, or like they internalize the words and spew out something completely different.
I feel this is criticizing little girls. So yeah, as Jamie said, they're criticizing little girls. No, Jamie said she felt it was criticizing little girls. Then, as this article is criticizing little girls, motherfucker.
Nobody's blaming kids.
At most they said we need to focus on boys. That's not saying it's little girls are making things difficult for little boys. Like, no. They're just saying we need to stop fucking throwing, like, maybe we need to start paying attention to boys more.
Hey, ladies, your misandry is showing. Your misandry is showing right now. It's already at that point in the beginning, but I'm like, you know what? Let me see what else they have to say. The entire time, nothing but misandrous points about kids too. Nobody's blaming kids.
No, like, little girls are not okay. And here's the thing: is the question of like what defines a little girl? Because keep in mind, 21 is underage.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Was it underage 21-year-old at that gym?
Underage 21-year-old, underage 22-year-old.
Why are men going overseas? I'm telling you,
because literally all of you are children and therefore underage, and I'm not into little kids.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail for dating an underage 22-year-old.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you going overseas? Because all women in this country are children, and I'm not into kids. There's actual adults overseas.
Like I said before, they shoot themselves in the foot with the RPG and then blame men for it. Like, it's ridiculous. Let's continue because I already know she's gonna say some stupid shit. Hold up, let's rewind again.
So much for everybody. You know, I it just seems like, and I don't think, like Julius also pointed out, the blaming little girls thing that really kind of stuck in my craw. Also, like I don't know. I think that I don't know if the author meant to imply this, but in reading the article, it felt as though there was a bit of an implication that women need to just like not run as fast or like not try as hard.
Yeah.
100%.
No.
Try as hard, as though you are even trying hard to begin with. No, it's you need to stop being given a boost. You don't try hard to begin with. I think that if anything, women should need to try harder by having the fucking training wheels taken off.
Bingo. I agree.
Like you're on a fucking motorcycle with training wheels and you're talking like you can, like you're skilled enough to ride the Tour de France.
It's crazy. All the doctor or the person that wrote the article said is maybe we should shift our focus and focus on the boys.
It feels like he's telling women to stop trying so hard. You're not trying hard.
I don't know if he's implying or not, but I'm just gonna feel like he's implying.
I feel like he's telling women to not try hard. No, he's saying that women have gotten, at most he's implying that women have it way too easy relative to boys now.
Exactly. But now she wants to, puff our chest saying, damn, he's saying that we need to slow down because we're so strong and empowered.
He's saying we women need to hold back. We need to hold back because the guys feel bad.
We're too powerful. We need to take a handicap.
We're too intimidating for guys nowadays. We need to hide our power level because guys are so scared by women's success because we're so tough.
I'm like, nah, you'll be singing a different tune if the Boys in Blue didn't exist. Let's get
yeah. The reason that men fucking like it ain't even the fucking HR department that the guys are scared of. It's the cops that'll show up if they don't listen to the HR department.
Yep. Nobody likes getting tased or shot.
It's gonna be like you're lucky if all the cops do is fucking tase you.
Yeah. Because it's been proven a couple weeks ago that you as a man can get beaten to death.
Oh yeah.
They proved it again. So
yeah. I'm wondering, am I too late to make a video on that?
Nope.
No? Okay.
They're still going.
All right. In that case, yeah. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I don't think it'll take me too long because it's just the audio from one video, and then I need to figure out how to condense the other video into it because it's going to be another one of those. Oh God, this is dark, but it's also kind of funny.
Exactly. let's go ahead and continue this because it's just getting better. No wonder I saw Hammerhand getting frustrated near the end of this because Jesus.
Like, not run as fast or like not try as hard.
Yeah.
100%.
Not do as much.
Foot on the brake. Foot on the brake.
Exactly. And I don't know how progress is helped when a large group of people hamper themselves. Julie, so you looked like you had something on your mind.
Oh.
I almost felt like the end of the arc.
I'm sorry, but let's ask this: what demographic is the number one threat to women?
Men.
Yeet.
What?
Who halts women's advancement and progress more, men or women?
Oh, women.
Women are their top fucking saboteurs. Either they're screwing themselves over or they're screwing other women over.
Oh yeah, I agree. Misery loves company. You know, they say, hey, oh, but men, they are very judgmental on how we look and blah, blah, blah. No. In fact, men have very low standards. It's your little sisterhood. They're the ones that judge you the most. Not men.
Yeah, like that same outfit that a man says you look cute in, your friend Susie will call you a trashy whore.
Just so that she herself can look prettier than you.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like you look prettier than Susie, she's going to take down your ego by sabotaging you. A man tries to build you up, you don't give a shit because it didn't come from someone you respect.
Yep. Or just sisterhood in general, right? Because let's keep it real, chat, and I'm sure all you guys can agree. I have not seen a group of 10s, if you get what I'm talking about. I have not seen an entire group of women that all of them are smoking hot. There's always one or two in the group that are uglier than the others or fatter than the others. But guess what? Men are still willing to take that chance or take one for the team. You know what I'm saying? But they don't, how you say, the ugly women or the fat women, they don't blame their sisterhood. Because you as a woman, you're not allowed to hold another woman accountable. So of course, everything goes right back to men. Okay, it's crazy to me how the fact that in today's society there's women that are 3s at best walking around like she's an 8 literally proves that men are not the ones tearing women apart, tearing women down.
No, and
other women are tearing other women down.
And like personal experience, when I was doing some photography work for an office, that was like it was all like, aside from the one tech guy, it was basically all women. And I'm pretty sure that my manager got fired over a dispute over expensive catered lunches.
Expensive catered lunches?
Yeah. Like lunch was being catered in and there was some sort of tiff between the fucking secretary and one of the back end staff. And not long after, my manager like disappeared and I was told not to question it. It's like,
wow.
Like that's the thing, like fucking petty bullshit.
I completely agree. Like it's just that, you know, it's not just looks, it's everything in general, right? When a woman finally finds a man, a good man, yes, chat, I'm sure you've seen this happen or this happened to you. Her little girlfriends, the ones that are single, probably feminists, are telling her, oh man, he's treating you like a slave. What do you mean he's supposed to dress a certain way? Okay, you are your own person, okay? You get to dress however you want. You can do whatever you want because you're a woman, right? You don't let no male tell you what to do. So eventually they'll tear down that relationship and, you know, you break up with your girl. And then the best friend, the sister sneaks behind her back, right? The best friend that tore that relationship apart will go after the man herself. She wants to be number one. Yes, it actually happens.
Can you imagine the alternative? Like this. Can you imagine like a dude outright sabotaging a woman's relationship with the hopes that he'd be the shoulder to cry on and he'd get the conciliatory sex afterwards? Like when a man does it, that's fucking creepy as fuck manipulation.
Yes, and it happens way less often, right? Because
mostly it's the women who gets into a relationship with an abusive fucking boyfriend and then like just complains to the beta bucks.
Yeah. Women won't be look at a man's direction, right? Because once again, you have to have some type of value in the first place, whether it's attractiveness or any type of utility for her to even associate with you.
Well, that's the thing. Even being an emotional tampon, but at that point, you're basically a fucking Kleenex.
Yep.
Like go out, get a box of fucking tissues. Congratulations. That is what you are when you're in a woman's emotional support. You are fucking tissues and ice cream.
Yep. So when the man is in her DMs talking about, oh, you could do better, you could do better than that. Oh, I can treat you a lot better, blah blah blah. It is not the same effect. See, he's convincing the girl to leave the man so he can keep the girl for himself. The two best friends, the two female best friends, the female is making her friend leave so she can get the. See, it's complete opposite, chat. The woman is trying to be number one. The man, he's just trying to smash first off. But on top of that, he really believes like, please choose me. Don't choose that 6'6" Chad that has a lot of money and a lot of more status than me. Please.
Hell, he might even be the somewhat decent guy that genuinely just doesn't want a woman that he cares about to come around with fucking black eyes and crying. Or maybe he just wants the bitch to shut up. Like, it might just be like, bitch, you come every fucking day and talk about how fucking abusive your boyfriend is. Break up with him.
Oh yeah, I remember that when I was in college. This one girl wanted me to be her emotional tampon, but I had to break it down Barney style. I'm like, bitch, it's the same thing over and over, because it lasted for a month of her trying to come and complain to me. I just let it all out. I'm like, you are the fuck up. You're the one that keeps going back in the situation, bitch. You're retarded.
Yeah, you want this.
Yeah, you thrive off of this. This is something that gets you excited. You don't truly
quit bitching to me. You want this.
Yeah, like get out of here.
Like you're playing Dead Space and then complaining that you're scared.
Yep. And now, 9 years later, she's alcoholic. Yeah. So all we're trying to say is, when it comes to which group hinders the women the most, is women.
So if she asks, like, well, how's progress made? By holding a group back. Like, I don't know, how about you look in the fucking mirror? Because apparently progress is made by women holding women back, blaming men, and then having the men make progress to improve the lives of women. That's how the progress is made, by women making problems for men to solve.
Yep. And how men make progress: we shut the fuck up, get the job done, and even if we don't like each other, we work together for the greater good, or just to complete the mission.
Yeah, men identify like either an inefficiency or a necessity. Like, and then they're like, you know what? I can fill that and profit off of it.
Yep. Because there's times, I'm sure all you men in the chat right now can agree, that you worked with other dudes that you did not like. You probably hated, but you still got to get the job done so everybody can get paid. Women can't do that. They can't.
No. If they're upset, they will literally grind the entire rest of the workplace to a halt. Shit, them just showing up, like, one of my previous jobs, one of the most annoying times, like, job with all men. Fucking female friend of theirs shows up to deliver some fucking coffee, or she just happens to be working nearby, she will just come up, stand around, and start talking. And right then and there, half the crew has stopped working to socialize with her.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I am in pain down here, working my ass off to supply you guys, and y'all decide to take an unscheduled break because some 4 out of 10 showed up to talk to you.
I know how that feels. You know, like you're very focused on work. Then out of nowhere, the female worker that you're working with, your coworker, I guess, just out of nowhere.
This wasn't even a fucking coworker. This was just a fucking friend of my coworkers.
Or a friend, a coworker, but it's similar situation.
Yeah.
They come up to you out of nowhere and wants to, gossip about somebody else in the workplace. Like, can't you say I'm working right now? Why you out? Don't you have stuff to do? Why you? We don't even talk to each other. Why are you coming up with me? Why you come to me with this shit?
And like, it's bad enough when fucking guys do it. Like when they just like, oh, hey, I have a story to tell. So I'm going to start talking and hold up and at least stop one other person from working. It's like, motherfucker, like if you don't outrank me, that's the thing. Like if my superiors do it, there ain't shit I can do about it. But if one of my fucking equals does it, it's like, I am absolutely going to call your ass out. Bitch, we are here to work. Like, if you're not going to work, get the fuck off the job site to have your conversation. Like, if you're not going to work, at the very least, don't not work right in front of me.
Because I'm trying to go home on time. I want to go home.
Like, fuck, I'm sorry. It's one thing. Like, if I'm going to work, I would rather work alone than with someone who is not working.
Agreed. I'll take on extra work.
Like if you went, I don't care if you work. I just don't want you in front of my fucking face when you're not working.
Right. Because somebody that's actually focused on their job, I know you men know when you focus, you're focused. Which if you're gonna break my focus, it better be something important, or I'm not gonna be in a good mood. It better be something that needs my attention.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, wait until after work.
Bad enough when they need to stop working to smoke, but it's like, I understand you're a fucking addict and you need this shit just to get by. But like bad enough that I gotta stop working because you've got a chemical addiction.
Every 10 minutes, hey yo, I gotta go on a smoke break.
Like, oh, we've been working for 10 minutes. Time for a cigarette. Like, motherfucker, we got shit to do. I mean, like, fuck, I don't get to pull out my book every 10 minutes and read a couple pages.
Yep. And when shit doesn't get done on time, everybody gets shit.
Yeah, like, I can't fucking pull out my book and read a couple pages every few minutes, but everyone else can fucking stop and feed their fucking addiction demon.
Agreed. See, that's why things are way more efficient and get things done more among male coworkers, because they're not afraid to call each other out, saying, hey, get your ass back to work.
Yeah.
I want to go home. Like shit.
I could be somewhat lenient because like I want my coworkers to be optimal. But it does fucking piss me off when they all fucking smoke. And it's staggering and stopping.
You become a lazy fuck, I'm calling you out.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's like it's one thing with the fucking smoking. But then if one of them ever tried to stop smoking, everyone around them fucking smokes. They literally need to quit the job in order to get into an environment where they didn't fucking smoke anymore.
Yeah, they're offering them cigarettes too. Yeah, I know you're trying to quit. But, you want to smoke?
God, fucking, I've had to turn down a bunch because he was like, "Hey, want a cigarette?" I was like, "No, I quit. No, I quit. No, I quit." And finally, the dude just offers me a fucking mint, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll take a fucking, I'll suck a mint." Like,
and I've noticed it's not just the addiction part, but it's also That's how they like to socialize. Just smoking. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, not talking on the job, not, waiting until the job's over. They want to socialize only on breaks and every 10 minutes. But hey, guess what? That's the beauty of men. We won't hesitate to call each other out, especially if there's a hierarchy. Hierarchy is beyond important for society to work. Hierarchy is important. Unfortunately, yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Right.
it's unfortunate. Like the hypocrisy in hierarchy is like, look, when the fucking when one of the fucking superiors is being a hard ass about don't slow down, keep working, but then you catch that same superior fucking wasting time either having a conversation or looking for excuses to not work. Is like, okay, motherfucker, you pissed me off, but you got seniority, so whatever, respect the fucking hierarchy.
Yeah, they just walk around with the clipboard.
Yeah,
I know damn well.
or they fucking wander off to find something else to fucking do. But then when they're working, everyone else has to be fucking hardcore. Go, 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 go. Don't fucking have a conversation. Don't stop. Don't talk. Don't do shit.
I agree. But with these 4 panels of ladies, they don't want to admit women hinder women. Okay? Why do you think drama-filled TV shows such as Desperate Housewives or Keeping Up with the Kardashians are the most popular among women?
Yeah, because that's
they love
they like the turmoil. I'm like here's the thing. Like, if I wanted to have a stressful situation with another dude, like, I'll play a game. Like, either the fucking miniatures I'm painting or I'll play fucking cards with them. Something like that. Like some sort of challenge for both of us with set rules and guidelines.
Monopoly.
No. I'm sorry, Yeet. Monopoly is if you want to start fucking hating people by the end of the night. I think I don't know which ends more friendships, Monopoly or Mario Party.
Touche. Okay, what about Uno?
No, Uno's kind of fun.
Okay. Cards Against Humanity is pretty fun as well. Even though people still fight. Yeah, they still fight over Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, but there's just something about Monopoly that is like, oh, this is a game.
Oh,
the objective, literally the objective of Monopoly is to make all your friends bankrupt.
Yeah, I flipped over a board before. Believe me, I got that pissed off. I was mad.
Oh, I used to bitch with my fucking brothers because one of them, like, he's always the cut a deal dude, and then the other one is kind of naive. So I was like, motherfucker, you're giving him a bad fucking deal. But
wait, the hell's a Ultra Monopoly?
I don't know, and
yeah,
I assume that wait, maybe it's called real life capitalism.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, you give up 1/3 of your paycheck to not go to prison.
Oh god, yeah. I think that's the only way you could make Monopoly worse is if you had one player be the government.
The IRS and shit. Give me your taxes.
They take 30% of any transaction.
Everybody needs to pay. But in all seriousness, Chad, I know we kind of veered off on the conversation. Women hinder women, but they don't want to hold each other accountable, right? So why else do you think all these women are coming to the manosphere so they can blame men and blah, blah, blah? They don't want to go to the big dogs, the big media like The View and say, yeah, we're fucking up women, because they'll be canceled to oblivion.
Yes, they can't get on television if they speak the fucking truth. And let's be honest, all 4 of these women here, if they could get on television by selling out the other 3, they absolutely would.
Oh, immediate. Oh man, they. You can tell they don't believe what the fuck they're saying because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just rambling on, just to make sure no accountability is put on women or girls, like they want to say. Fucking
Yeah, innocent. Don't blame innocent little girls.
like nobody's blaming them. Where is this coming from? Let's play. Let's continue. Rewind just a little bit. All right.
100%.
Not do as much.
Foot on the brake. Foot on the brake.
Exactly. And I don't know how progress is helped when a large group of people hamper themselves. Julie, so you looked like you had something on your mind.
I almost felt like the end of the article was like threatening, like a threat, like the way.
How is it a threat?
Yeah, well, let's see if she says. Let's see if she says, like, because she might. Okay. She feels it's like a threat. Maybe she'll actually quote.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm about to flip my shit.
Foot on the brake.
Exactly. And I don't know how progress is helped when a large group of people hamper themselves. Julie, so you looked like you had something on your mind.
I almost felt like the end of the article was like threatening, like a threat, like the way that the way it says, like, gender theorists have described a perennial struggle among multiple masculinities. I can't say that word. Masculinities. In this scenario, nobody who values the prospect of eliminating gender hierarchies can afford to be a bystander. Masculinity is fragile. It's also malleable. The shape it will assume in the future have consequences. That last sentence was like, are you threatening me? Like,
well, right. Because Julissa, and that was my thing, is that it's basically, if you put the pieces together,
was like,
the other guys
are you threatening me? Like, are you?
Well, right. Because Julissa, and that was my thing, is that it's basically, if you put the pieces together, which I thought was disingenuous in the article, is that when they're talking about this, they're saying, they're not, guess what? All mass shootings, or almost all, are done by men, right? When they talk about screen time, they're not saying that also these people are going down the QAnon rabbit hole, and that, like, they left out key pieces of sort of what I thought made it also interesting. And the other thing let's hit that.
I want to start first. So, Chad, when it comes to what they just said right now, that how you say treating masculinity like it's no big deal, demonizing masculinity overall has consequences, right? So, of course, as women, right, they want to play the victim card, or they always assume it's about them. Oh, you threatened me, blah, blah, blah. Once again, they avoid the entire stream so far. They avoided the root cause of why men are going depressed, men are eating themselves, men are going out of the labor force, men are leaving colleges, mass incarceration of men. They don't want. They still right now has not mentioned the root cause. They're still going back and forth, up and down, left and right.
Oh, they've mentioned it, and they've said that it's not this. It's kind of like with all these sudden deaths. They don't know what's causing it, but they absolutely know what's not causing it.
True. But more to specify, they don't want to talk about single mothers. They don't want to talk about single mothers. Yeah, women is one thing, but single mothers. Because I guarantee you one of them on the panel is a single mother. Guaranteed. But we already established, based on statistics, single mothers are the bane of society. They're literally the main reason why society is running amok as it is right now. But they don't want to say that.
Yeah.
It's
because it says like the shape that masculinity will take in the future has consequences. Well, yes. Like that's not a controversial statement. Like, regardless of whether it's good or bad, it's true.
It's literally happening right now.
That's the thing. It's like essentially saying, like, yes, the shape that, like if men are more or less masculine, that is going to have an effect on society. You can't change masculinity without changing society.
Exactly. Who has the biggest vote? Who has the biggest voice in society at the moment? Women. Who has the largest voting power in the United States right now? Women. Who uses social media the most? Women.
Yeah, like women, you control. No, even simpler than that. Women are the ones who determine how men express themselves, because men express themselves primarily for the approval of women. The only reason you see so many cucked soy boys is because men genuinely believe women like that.
Yeah, mainly because they're raised by single mothers. The single
That-
mother rate is getting out of control.
Yeah, but regardless, like a woman told a man, a woman tells a man and a boy, tells men and boys, this is how you act if you want women to like you. Man
That's
acts
true.
that way. Women don't like him. Man is confused and angry because he finds out he's been lied to his entire life by all these women that he trusted.
That's true. Getting red pilled. I agree. You know, don't listen to what they say. Watch their actions. We say that all the time, Jap. Because they do. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be confident. We like personality. What do you mean? You don't have to be strong all the time. You can be emotional and weak.
You're
You don't have to go to
beautiful.
the
You're
gym.
beautiful at any size, beautiful in any body. Just love yourself and be confident. Be the best you. It's like, yeah, well, the best, this dude is a fucking soft fat bitch.
And then these new men, these new young men coming up, they're wearing skinny jeans and wearing makeup and shit, walking around with a goddamn purse with money and a gun in it these days. And then all of a sudden, you know, they're getting clowned by the very same women they took advice from.
Yeah, well, or the
So-
women will fucking like treat them as a little pet and talk about how cute and adorable they are, like, or be like, "Oh, you're such a nice guy. I'm sure you'll make a great husband. I'm sure you'll make some women very happy someday."
Yeah, being
Just
treated
not
as a-
me. Just
Yeah.
not me.
yeah,
I
being
don't
treated
want
as
to,
accessory.
but I'm sure that I'm sure that in 5 years, there's going to be a single mother of 3 kids with 2 black eyes and $20,000 in debt who will gladly take your fucking pushover beta ass.
Yep. And Chad, who are the ones that are advocating for men to wear dresses, to wear makeup, to have purses, to be weak, to be frail?
Women and predators.
Literally, that's literally what it is. For the last, I'll say 76 years, that's literally what they've been advocating for men to turn into women, and why boys are looked at as defective little girls. And then they act all shocked and confused on why masculinity is absent in society today. But they don't think that far. So I'm not going to put too much pressure on them. You see where we're coming from.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they don't think that far ahead because they assume that everything else is just extra.
Yep.
Like, they don't think, hey, if we tell men to act more like women, then there's going to be fewer Chads and Tyrones. No, they just think there's going to be more feminine men. They don't realize that it's cutting into their fucking hunk supply.
Yep. And instead of, hey, meddling with masculinity will have consequences in the future, instead of taking it as, there may be an issue with the future generation of men if we don't stop this bullshit and actually embrace masculinity. Nope. They immediately be like, are you threatening me?
Like,
That's how far they think.
Yeah, they're straight up saying, like, oh, we see men being mass shooters, so this article's threatening us that if we keep fucking with men, we're going to get shot. Like, well, that isn't what the article is saying, but that is true. Like, they know. They know these mass shooters are their fault.
Completely agree. But once again, they don't want to take accountability. They don't at all.
No.
Right? I'm not saying all of them is women's fault, but a good amount of them are, especially the mothers.
Considering that every school shooting like every school shooter, aside from the Columbine kids, came from a single mother household.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like all these fucking kids shooting up their schools, aside from the first one, single mother household.
All right, I will change my answer then. Yeah, it's completely the single mother's fault. But once again, they don't want to discuss the root cause. They're always a victim.
Yeah.
Men need to stop bitching and complaining.
Yeah, but I'd also take it, but I wouldn't just take it out on the single mothers. I'd also point to the fucking schools, because guess what? School shootings go up. The amount of female teachers goes up. I wonder if men having no masculine influence for their first 20 years of their lives has anything to do with the increased amounts of violence that men are expressing.
Because women, they primarily base their decisions on emotions. And when young men are surrounded by women all their lives, they will assume that reacting on emotions is okay.
Well, and then there's also like this shit with bullying. Like, it's still an issue of a dude can literally threaten your life and your family and your dog and break your possessions. But if you push back against the bully, then the school comes down hard and says, like, it's both your faults.
That's also that's also another thing that needs to be addressed as well. Also, when it comes to fathers being a household, that's literally one of the main reasons why fathers are important for both young boys and young girls, but mainly the boys.
Yeah.
Because the father will teach the young boy how to tame his emotion, teach him masculine frame, teach him discipline.
Yeah. And here's the thing with having male teachers, and especially masculine teachers. Because I remember hearing a story back when I was a kid about how this one kid like would not stop being a menace in class. And so eventually the male teacher snapped, picked this kid up by the neck, went to the door, and threw him across the hall.
I think I've seen this video.
No, this wasn't a video. This was before online video.
Oh, okay. Well,
this was a story I heard. This was a story I heard back in the 90s.
Okay, I'm pretty sure something similar happened. I know I saw it in a video.
I'm sure it's happened more than once.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I saw a male teacher.
Like, there's some motherfuckers that just will not learn until you apply that. And there ain't no fucking de-escalation or go to the principal's office or just ignore them. Like, no. Sometimes you got to teach a fucking brat who's in charge by picking him up and throwing him across the fucking hallway.
But as soon as you do that, in 2023, the police, principal, the single mother, the social media, and then for some reason, Antifa will all come in and protest that male teacher.
Oh, yeah. No, that dude would not have, like, that would have been fucking career ending. So any male teacher would look at that and be like, you know what? I'm going to quit before I'm fired.
Mile High Ronan, you talking about Achilles? Yeah, that's Achilles.
Oh, yeah. The Achilles tendon. Yeah, Achilles. Yeah, because imagine that. Like, you're the fucking greatest warrior that Greece has ever known. And you are most known for getting shot in the back of the fucking ankle with a poisoned arrow.
I'll be mad as fuck, not gonna lie. I'm invincible, but the one thing that killed me is a little like scrape on my Achilles tendon. Damn.
Well, no, to be fair, poisoned fucking arrow. Like, that's the thing. Like, it would have not killed him anywhere else. Apparently, he would have survived an injury to literally any other part of his body.
Yep.
Even a poisoned arrow. But let's be honest, a poisoned blade fucking kills you if it scratches you, period.
Oh, hell, if you got bitten by a bullet in, he'll die.
Imagine fucking poisoning bullets.
No, Leonidas was the warrior from Sparta, the king of Sparta.
King of Sparta. Yeah, it was Leonidas versus Xerxes. Achilles was who Brad Pitt played in Troy, which I like that movie, honestly.
I thought Brad Pitt did an amazing job.
He did. It's quite good.
That's why no one will remember your name.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, very.
Okay, Keely.
Yeah, no, the Iliad and the Odyssey, very, very good. I also remember, like, as a kid, I watched the Odyssey, like the movie. Like, there's been a couple of them, I think, but yeah,
I
the
read
one
it, but I
watched,
did not watch it.
I saw the movie. I was like, in hindsight, it's amazing the shit I watched as a kid. Because, like, wow, there's a fucking body count in that story.
See, well, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. They like to, yeah, it gets pretty crazy. Pretty good for a 5'7" dude. Are you talking about Achilles? What are we talking about? Because
probably could be Achilles or Leonidas. Either way, yeah. Well, I guess
right, because
oh wait, no, probably Brad Pitt.
Oh, Brad Pitt. Okay.
Brad Pitt's probably 5'7".
I'm not even going to hate because isn't Tom Cruise 5'6"?
Yeah, like Tom Cruise fucking like short.
But overall, gentlemen, that's what. Look at the movies from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, compared to the movies today. All the characters that you can look up to for masculine guidance or masculine influence compared to today.
They made
you see none of that shit anymore.
Like,
what?
seriously, like, they took fucking Chris. Like, the closest we had, I think, would be Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and they made him fat.
Oh yeah, because he went through depression and all that stuff. Yeah, drink a lot of beer, play some video games.
I
know he eventually becomes fat. I think in the comics eventually, but not like that. I know he drinks a lot of mead and shit. Like, he drinks a lot.
That's the thing. Like, literally every depiction of Thor within the past 5 years has been him being fat, both in God of War and Marvel.
And what's it called? Sexually objectified. Yeah, I remember that scene. Just imagine if a woman, huh?
Yeah,
you know about that scene, right?
I've never watched any of the Thor movies all the way through.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it was in one of the trailers too, when Thor was chained up and all his clothes got completely stripped off.
That is far more of, again, I have not given a rat's ass about Marvel movies in ages, and I keep ad blocker on, like, on my computer. I have ad blocker. On my phone, I pay for premium so I don't get ads. I literally pay. I pay money to not see Marvel ads. That's how much I don't.
Once again, it's all good. I'll describe it to you anyway. So all of his clothes got stripped off in front of the entire Coliseum, and he was chained up. So I'm like, I wonder what the outrage would be if a woman was in their place, because they did have a female Thor in that movie, I think. So it's everything's upside down. There's rarely any type of masculine influence anymore. I mean, traditional masculine, not this. Oh, you could be weak and emotional and frail and no. I mean, going in, fucking shit up, leave, and then enjoy a beer. You don't see none of that shit anymore.
Now, HMK, you're the only YouTube premium sub. I was like, dude, I did the math. And I figured that with the amount of YouTube that I watch on my phone, even if it was only a 6-second ad, I watch enough videos in 1 month that it would cost more than an hour of my time. I make more than a YouTube subscription in 1 hour, so it's worth it.
That's one of the worst of it all that pretty much put me off of anything Marvel is when they turned the Hulk into a joke. The Mark Ruffalo version of the Hulk is fucking disgusting. He drinks Starbucks and shit. Like, what the fuck? The Hulk doesn't do that.
The Hulk wearing glasses and fucking like it's funny when you consider the first like live action. Well, I guess not the first, but the more like the older one, like the early 2000s live action Hulk movie. Like that one was considered a major bomb at the time. But at the very least, the Hulk was still the Hulk.
The 2003 one, I think it was.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I loved it as a child.
Honestly, ambitious movie. They tried some shit. Didn't necessarily work out, but it wasn't bad.
They did it justice in 2008, though.
It wasn't disrespectful to the Hulk's legacy, at the very least.
Yeah, but 2008 definitely made up for it.
Yeah, that
he fought Abomination, I think his name is.
Yeah, that one was good.
Mark Ruffalo Hulk. I don't smash, I vote. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. See that fucking stupid shit right there. And see, here's the biggest thing. This is why I say women just destroy other women in general. Like they just fuck everything up. She-Hulk. They destroy because She-Hulk. Even my dad. See, I rarely see my dad like annoyed and pissed off. He was very pissed off at the new She-Hulk they tried to portray because he had a thing for She-Hulk when he was young. Because She-Hulk was actually strong, actually very feminine, very, very, flirtatious. She was maximum femininity,
fucking green skin American Gladiator.
Pretty much, but she still kept that femininity. She can be strong and be feminine.
Like she's the embodiment of that I love a woman who can kick my ass meme.
Pretty much. Like, and my dad actually, had a thing for hell yeah, She-Hulk, yeah, that's my girl, yeah. And because when you read through the comics and stuff, and I think a couple of shows as well, I forgot which shows it was, but when she appears on screen, I'm like, damn, no, She-Hulk is pretty cool. The animated version, she looks pretty cool. Like, damn, ooh, she's pretty nice. Why is she flirting with everybody? Oh, that's just what she does. Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, and she still kicks ass.
Yeah.
Now she twerks as a lawyer.
I mean, let's be honest. For modern lawyers, that's probably not that far off.
Yeah, but still, how you gonna ruin She-Hulk like that, man? Come on, how you gonna ruin She-Hulk like and this disgusting radical feminist bullshit? I can never see She-Hulk. I can never see She-Hulk doing that ever. She-Hulk is proud to be a woman, and she does have to put down men in the process. The original She-Hulk.
Yeah, well, that's because the original She-Hulk actually put in some fucking effort and got to understand and respect what men fucking did.
Exactly. She's willing to see. That's the difference. She's willing to work with men. She's not trying to overstep, take over, control, or have superiority over men. That's a clear difference. That's why the She-Hulk back in the day was universally loved, not this piece of shit garbage that was portrayed on TV.
That's the insidious thing, because they got so many men to buy into feminism by portraying She-Hulk as the model feminist. And it's basically like, hey, here's a woman who is sexy, assertive, able to look after herself, but she's still friendly and approachable.
I completely agree.
Like, that's what they sold as feminism. Nowadays, the mask is off.
Now, like, I didn't even get, I think I only got through episode 1. I think that's the farthest I went. I couldn't do it anymore. Only relied on Hammerhand's reviews.
I did not bother. Did not. Like, I'm sorry. I do not have enough time in the day to watch shit that I think I will like, let alone shit I know I'm going to hate.
And I think it was Storm or somebody else that mentioned this earlier. I will say the Punisher is the last masculine figure that men could universally like, because the Punisher is the Punisher still, at least. He's not all emotional. Let's give the evildoers a second chance. Nah, he'll still kill you. So that's a good thing so far.
Yeah, like the Punisher is the argument that if the system worked, people like him wouldn't exist.
Oh yeah, I love the argument he had with the Daredevil. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm on the Punisher side, bro. I'm on the Punisher side because if the system actually worked how it's supposed to, then the Punisher would not manifest it. He definitely would not exist. I agree. He's the one that gets the job done. I mean, literally, what did he say? Once I put them down, they don't get back up.
Yeah. Whereas, like, again, if you had, it'd actually be kind of funny to have. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like the Red Hood and Batman thing. Like,
there goes Chronic.
Yeah.
I see nothing but Chronic. What are you doing?
There's some green skin spammer in the chat. and he's managed to hack the account and become a mod. Shit, we're powerless.
Damn it, Chronic. What are you doing? It just doesn't end. But we can definitely have a stream about the entertainment industry this week. We can definitely put that to the side. I'm down for that. Just entertainment in general.
We gotta fucking limit the amount of streams per week.
Oh no, I
can't be doing one each day, and literally we come up with 2 new stream ideas every stream.
No. I'm saying I can do it later on this week. It'll be Saturday, or I'm good. Like I'm gonna do it. You don't have to join.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if you want to do it, we can push it to like Saturday or something like that.
Yeah, I like doing it, but I got to open the OnlyFans and work with this AI chat, like AI TTS software.
What the fuck? Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean OnlyFans?
What? Oh, I haven't sent you the sample for the OnlyFans yet.
Oh no. Let's go ahead and let's get. I know we got distracted a little bit, but let's go on a little bit more because I know you probably want to try to sleep soon. Under Chronic, he says Anthony June Johnson spent 2 hours talking bullshit and stealing my jokes. He didn't even mention me once after promising me he will destroy my life in 2023. Pure beta energy. I think I know which video you're talking about, Chronic.
Yeah,
I think I know.
Yeah, he would have had like a State of the Union or something today.
Yeah, it's the Manosphere is a joke. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, we're from the space, but let's keep it real. And overall, it's a fucking joke right now. Like, people from the outside looking in is making fun of the Manosphere, and justifiably so, because there's a lot of pathetic motherfuckers up in here, especially Donovan, Shart.
Yeah, honestly, I think that you could kind of compare it to like the kind of Rainbow Mafia thing. Like, there might be some half decent people who would technically fall under the umbrella of the Rainbow Mafia, but the community as a whole is a fucking dumpster fire.
Complete dumpster fire. And what's worse is the people actually have legitimate points. The one that's criticizing have good points. So I'm like, shit, we can't even defend that. Yeah, like, all these grifters are pieces of shit. Oh, the Chronic. Yeah. He says he spent 10 minutes promoting virgins and married 2 non-virgins. What a joke. We are Manosphere, we are Warband. Agreed. The Warband is completely different from the Manosphere.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Chronic. My bad. I didn't mean to mix the two together. That's my fault. Let's see what this crazy lady has to say, because she was talking about mass shooters, right?
Yeah.
let's go ahead. Just rewind it a little bit.
Really dive into or have a point of view on, I guess. I think that's the thing in this article. The things that I thought were very interesting, they just stated as facts. They didn't have a point of view on, but they seem to have a point of view on like how women can participate in this. And so one of the things they talk about is, which I thought was so interesting, the Bureau of Labor Statistics has what's called a time use survey. And they found that in all of these men who were not in the workforce, quote, most of these hours of free time are spent watching screens rather than doing household labor or caring for family members. Instead of socializing more, men without work are even less involved in their communities than those with jobs. Well,
Less involved in the community, that's a debate. But everything else saying, oh, screen time, no. There's plenty of men doing a lot of other shit. Not staying in the house and playing video. I don't know where that came from.
Well, okay, so screen time. So keep in mind, these are the unemployed men. But just because they're looking at a screen doesn't mean that they're not working. I mean,
yeah, I'm looking at screen right now.
That's the thing. Like, you and I are doing screen stuff.
Yeah.
And when I'm not doing stuff, like, where am I going to do the majority of my work? It's going to be on a fucking screen. Like, what are they supposed to be doing? Like, are they supposed to be in an auto shop? Like, are they supposed to be like freelance, like going and doing shit in a garage? Unemployed men probably don't have a whole bunch of extra shit to do. Like, so like a computer screen, it's very efficient in terms of a workspace. They're probably not getting paid for it, but if you're going to learn more stuff or build skills, you're going to be looking at a screen. But these people don't differentiate between learning new skills to re-enter the workforce and playing video games.
Yep, and let's keep it real. Looking at screens is a part of everyday life in the first world countries. That's literally what we do almost every day. Look at screens.
It's our newspaper. It's our books. It's our
entertainment, you know?
Yeah. But you can't differentiate that. But it's also our social bit, because how many community participation things require in-person presence? For all you guys know, these people are on the fucking Rotary Club and they're attending Zoom meetings.
Right.
Meetings are held in front of screens. Working from home requires a screen.
Yeah, what happened within the last 2 years? Nothing but screen time for everybody. So I don't know where all this nonsense is coming from.
Like, that's the thing. Like, she says, oh, well, they say they're in front of a screen. And so maybe the article that she found, or the statistics she found, broke it down further. But at the very least, she is implying that unemployed men spend all their time playing video games. But here's the other thing. Okay, they don't spend as much time doing household work. How much time do you need to spend doing fucking household work?
If your place is kept up, it takes no more than 30 minutes to 40 minutes tops if you want to spot clean top to bottom.
Well, and you don't need to fucking spot clean top to bottom every single day.
Nope.
Like, once a week, give your floors a sweep, maybe a mop if you're feeling fucking spicy, dust some shit off, and aside from that, just deal with your clutter. Now, my space is fucking cluttered as hell, but I got a bunch of fucking books and minis and fucking paperwork scattered everywhere. It's organized chaos.
Yep. It's too easy for you to put it right back together.
Like, admittedly, it takes a minute because I don't necessarily have a spot for everything, but that's more. But that's a personal failing. But it's like, I don't need to fucking get the house into fucking showroom quality every single day.
Nope. The only thing I need to do is make sure the kitchen's clean, make sure that my laundry's done, make sure that my personal hygiene is good, and do a rundown of your entire place once a week, every Saturday, right? You know, when you wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
okay, let me reorganize.
And like even laundry, like I've known women like they do laundry every single day. It's like this is not because the laundry needs to be done every day. It's because you don't have anything else to do and you are bored.
I completely agree with that. There's no reason for you to be doing laundry every day. Like, you're the only one that's here. Do you change into different clothing 6-7 times a day?
That's the thing. Like it would be just like 1 or 2 fucking outfits. Like the shit from yesterday they tossed through the laundry. Like you are wasting hours every single day doing unnecessary levels of housework. So what this survey proves instead is that men are very efficient with their housework.
Oh, immediately. Like we are task oriented. We focus on the task at hand and we don't stop until it's done, and that's it. And we make sure that the task is done in a timely and efficient manner.
Yeah. And we can also have a screen going at the same time for extra efficiency.
Yeah, if you got to catch up on your shows or listen to some music.
Yeah, music or podcasts mostly.
That's true. Podcast. Yeah. You can't miss the
basically the equivalent of listening to the radio.
Yeah, can't
like
miss the
thing,
like
radios come from a screen. So
yeah, it's crazy. How the fuck like what else like you just said, like what else you want them to do? Everything else can be done. Let's say once again, this unemployed person is able to upkeep their place. It will only take 40 minutes to like an hour tops. Let's say he doesn't really do much throughout the week. It will take 40 minutes to an hour to get the entire house good to go. Okay, what about the rest of his time? You just want him to go through the house over and over and over and over and over again until he gets a new job?
Go out to community events. Like guys are not going to go out and have pointless fucking discussions with random people that they don't give a shit about. Like most of these fucking community meetings are just social events.
Come to the town hall meeting, please.
Like, why? So I can listen to y'all fucking talk about shit for fucking 3 hours and then maybe get the chance to speak at one point?
Pretty much. They won't let you finish your sentence because you're a man.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna stay at home and do actual productive shit.
Yep. Like you said, learning how to build something or, new set of skills in front of a screen.
Yeah, like what am I gonna get more experience out of? Fucking going into the town hall meeting or playing Car Mechanic Simulator.
Exactly, but to them, we just watch TV and play video games all day, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing, but that's because women don't have hobbies.
Yep, I can definitely agree with you on that one.
It's like, look, just because you have nothing better to do in your time than housework and socializing doesn't mean men don't.
Hey, they keeping up with the Kardashians. That's one of their hobbies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then the other thing, like the fucking video game screens, that's also social life. Like, I'm sorry. Like when I played Eve, like I'm doing fucking logistics management, training new people, running spreadsheets, sending in estimates. Like, it's work. It's fucking business work. I'm just not getting paid very much for it.
But hey, we shouldn't call them out about being on Instagram for 14 hours a day. You can't call them out, you know?
Yeah.
But let's see what other nonsense the female Rollo Tomasi has to say.
Okay, so like the women are still, they're doing not just getting ahead at work, but clearly they're still fucking doing all the shit at home too. Mm-hmm. But like there was
it's called being an adult. Congratulations.
Doing shit. Oh, they're doing shit at home. If you take 3 hours to fucking do housework, you ain't getting ahead at home. You're wasting time. See, because if women spend so much time getting their fucking houses clean, then why do their houses look like fucking pigsties?
Yeah, disgusting.
Like they just say they're spending a lot of time doing housework. It's like, bitch, your floor is covered in fucking takeout containers and litter boxes.
Pretty much.
You covered your entire window with a whole bunch of fucking plants.
But chat, this is why I say that women have a childlike mind, because till this day, even when they're 20, 30, 40, or 50 years old, they're expected to be praised to do the most basic shit, what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and again,
right?
but this is even key. Like, how is she measuring it? Oh, well, women must be getting it, like doing so much better at housework because they're spending more time doing it. Like, I'm sorry, if someone spends 2 hours to do a job and the other person spends 6 hours to do that job, do you think that, oh, the one who did 6 hours must have done it so much better? Or do you think, wow, the one who took 6 hours was really half-assing it? Because this can be done in 2 hours. She's not saying what got done. All she's looking at is the amount of hours spent on a particular task.
Exactly. I completely agree, because there's so many things that are able to get accomplished in a short amount of time. Because once again, when it comes to men, time is our most valuable thing we have.
It's funny. Like, I'm sorry, I'm amazed sometimes when, like I say, like, yeah, like I'm gonna head out to the fucking store and I'm back in a half hour or less. I was like, oh wow, you're really fast. I was like, I was just going to the fucking grocery store to grab a couple things. It's not a fucking 2-hour affair.
That's why I feel bad.
Like, what's she gonna say? Like, oh, men only spend 3 hours a week grocery shopping. They must be really bad at it.
They must only get Oreos and Pop Pockets.
Let's grab those. Oh, men don't spend 3 hours cooking. It's like, it's because they don't fucking want to spend 3 hours cooking. If I can't fucking make and eat my food in under an hour, then it better be some kind of fucking impressive ordeal.
I can literally cook a whole fucking feast within 30 minutes or less, depending on the ingredients. So there's no excuse. Oh, only 30 minutes. What are you making? Frozen pizza? Nah,
Frozen pizza
I'm able to cook some good shit. Yeah, frozen pizza does taste good.
Yeah,
anyway.
like, no, frozen pizza takes like an hour. You can literally make a proper feast in less time than it makes to make a frozen fucking pizza.
Agreed. But they're too busy on their, Instagram and shit to even pay attention to what they're supposed to do in the kitchen. Shit, that's why the best chefs in the world are men. Just putting out there.
Yeah, actually, no, as Derek says, how many hours are just her watching daytime TV or scrolling on her phone? Yeah, exactly. How much is her doing housework while half-assing it and watching her phone at the same time, but then logging that as hours worked doing chores?
Do you know how you know your girl ain't do shit? Just look in the sink. If she's home all day, look in the sink or see if the clothes are still piled up on the bed. That's how you know she didn't do shit all day. But she's enjoying that wine, huh? Enjoying that Bridezilla show.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, I'm so stressed and worn out from doing housework. I've earned some wine. It's like, bitch, all you did was day drink and watch television.
I've watched 2 people die on the construction site today. Yeah, you're stressed out? Oh, but you should be used to that, right? Like you said, the lack of empathy, no empathy whatsoever. That's a gigantic issue that we should not be surprised about. No empathy.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Without work are even less involved in their communities than those with job. Well, okay, so like the women are still, they're doing not just getting ahead at work, but clearly they're still fucking doing all the shit at home too. But like there was no judgment about that. It was just like, oh well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I felt
like, no, that's like fucking crazy. Again,
Yeah.
back to Days of Our Lives. I'm just saying.
I mean, here's the thing: is like the expectation is that society should bend toward the way that men are rather than men adjusting to changes in society in a way.
Just one more time.
The days of our lives. I'm just saying.
I mean, here's the thing is like the expectation is that society should bend toward the way that men are rather than men adjusting to changes in society in a way that is like pro-social and helpful and healthy. I think a lot.
Do you know what what does she try to what does she mean by that? Because I'm still lost on that one. What is she trying to say?
She's saying that men need to change their behavior instead of society adjusting to men.
So instead of letting men be men,
Men need to change. Like, and again, when she says society, look, if men don't want it and society is just women. Like she is saying men need to adjust to whatever women tell them to be rather than women needing to accept men for who they are. Like take out society, replace it with women, and then what she says makes sense.
I was just thinking that, Mr. Pliskin. I was like, that was some commie shit she just said.
Yeah.
But hey, once again, feminism is pretty much communism in a dress. So we're not surprised. Let's continue.
About the way that people raise boys is like pro-social and helpful and healthy. I think a lot about the way that people raise boys. And I think there is a really good point to be made about the way that schooling, especially in like the early years, is really not designed well to deal with little boys. Like
I wonder why.
Yeah, because I think she's saying people.
Yeah, she's saying people,
not women.
Women.
Not people. Women. Like whenever they're again, I'm so thankful to Liberation Y for pointing this out ages ago. But whenever a man does something right, they make it gender neutral. Whenever a woman does something wrong, they make it gender neutral. So it's not they instead of saying women are failing boys, they say people are failing boys. Society is failing boys. No, it's
just
women.
Yeah. Just more ways to avoid accountability. I agree with that for sure. Because I'm like, why you keep saying people? Because I guarantee you, 90% was it 80 or no 90% of the teachers in the public and private schools, they aren't just people. Women, female teachers, XX chromosomes. Because like you just said, if they want to talk about what women did wrong, they're just gonna, leave the women out of the equation.
Yeah, they're gonna say like it's people in general, it's society, it's some abstract gender neutral, blameless aspect. Like everybody's to blame. Like either men are to blame or everybody's to blame, but it's certainly not women are to blame.
Oh no, not even close. So ridiculous, man. Let's see what else she has to say. Just verbal diarrhea.
Years is really not designed well to deal with little boys. Like I have friends of mine that have like sons, very like good parents. Their little boys are just like having more trouble in school than any.
My friends have sons. Notice that she didn't say anything that involves women whatsoever.
Yeah, right. My girlfriends, my female friends have sons, and they're doing poorly in school. My single mother friends have sons. And but they're good parents. That's the thing. Like if it was her male friends, she wouldn't have added the stipulation for and they're good parents. No. It is fucking single mother, maybe with a cuck or two in the picture.
Exactly. How can you be good parents yet your child is running amok, bad behavior in school, supposedly, right? Because a boy's energy, aka testosterone, is perceived as disorderly conduct. How you say? They're pretty much not acting like girls. They're supposed to be having. They're supposed to have manners like little girls, but of course, boys have way too much energy, so they're gonna jump around, hop around, just go fucking nuts, and then eventually, that's how they get put on meds.
Yeah, because they're fucking bored out of their mind, like with just a whole bunch of senseless bullshit. It'd be like imagine trying to get a 10-year-old boy to sit down and listen to these four harpies talk. Like, we can't even listen to them talk for more than a couple seconds at a time.
Right. So, like, these female teachers expect these little boys to sit down for 6-7 hours a day, just being goody two shoes and be all proper and be all delicate.
Sit down, shut up, listen, don't contribute.
You need to take them outside and tire them the fuck out. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, but of course you took away every single high energy activity that could be done at recess.
Yeah, I wonder if gym class is even the same anymore. I wonder.
It's probably not because again, that's the fucking cater to girls. Like, I've said this quite a few times, but I remember elementary school. Like, it had a big fucking backyard where you could run around, and there was always some kind of sport. Like, every single day, there was a pickup soccer game where you just went out to the soccer field, asked which direction, like, asked which team you were going to be on, and that determined the direction that you kick the ball in.
Yep. No, there was soccer, there was kickball, there was foursquare, there was horse with the basketball. I didn't know what I was doing, but a couple of times I tried hopscotch, but I failed miserably because my coordination was off in elementary school. And hell, even tag. We just run around and started tagging each other.
Yeah, like, you just fucking pick. Like, you went outside, you picked some kind of game, and then you played the shit out of that game until the bell rang to go back inside.
Exactly, and I'm sure time is different between men and women because it literally feels like 5 minutes when you actually been outside for like what 40-45 minutes during recess.
Oh yeah, you lose all track of time with that.
All track of time, and you still have energy to go. In my opinion, you still got so much energy.
Oh yeah, you ain't worn out by the time that shit's done.
And this lasts from elementary all the way up until high school. Chat. Have you noticed, even if there was some physical test like the Pacer test, all the boys go try hard. But the girls like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Look at me. Look at my fragile nails. But the boys are going balls to the wall to see who's the fastest, or see who can last the longest.
And I remember
the Pacer test.
Yeah, like I think we called it the beep test because like it would beep on intervals, and you're basically racing back and forth before the beep went off. But it's like,
it goes faster and faster.
Yeah. It's like that. That was like those were always the hardest days in gym. Like, that's where you went the most intense. It's like,
and the young boys, they were hyped for it. They're like, yeah, let's do it.
Like, because it's fucking athletic shit plus measurable metrics with numbers. It absolutely appeals to boys.
Immediately, like, have you noticed in high school when you went outside, let's say you had to do stuff on the track, literally all the girls are just walking on the outskirts of the track and just having a jolly old time. The gym teacher doesn't even give a fuck about them, right? Because they're not going to do shit.
Yeah.
But
Like
there was all the
better-
boys.
Yeah.
Let's see who can get the fastest mile. Come on, run around the track 4 times.
Yeah, better to fucking schedule it. Like, better to focus on actually doing activities with willing participants and let the girls just fuck around and have a social hour.
Exactly. Gym time is literally social hour for the girls. I definitely remember that. All throughout middle school and high school, all they do is joke around and eat hot Cheetos.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to do part 3.
Oh, we will. I just got this one last little thing. Swim class. The gym teacher couldn't even make the girls get inside the pool.
Jesus.
But the boys immediately fucking doing front flip, back flips, even though they're not supposed to do it and they got yelled at. But easily hopping into the pool, swimming all over the place. Who can touch the bottom of the pool first? We jump on the diving board, head first in.
Yeah.
They expect young boys to have so much energy to just be all proper, be all quiet and delicate, like tee hee hee. Let me just stand still for the entire day.
Yeah, let me sit still in class and do absolutely nothing for hours on end.
Exactly. We see, because once again, it's natural between men, or ever since we're young boys, competition is part of masculinity. It is what it is. We compete to see who's the best. When a group of men get together, we immediately assess who's the top dog and who's the weakest link, and everybody in between.
Yeah. Or if you had some kind of physical crafts class, like when it's like, hey guys, make a boat, design a boat, and whoever makes the most actually, that was one of the funniest moments of 3rd grade, was when we had to go and make a boat, and it had to be the most floaty boat. Guess what I won that with?
What?
A fucking styrofoam, like, you know how meat comes on like fucking kind of styrofoam plates, basically, when you buy it from the grocery store? Yeah, I literally just brought that in, and that was my boat.
You won?
It was buoyant as fuck. It had a shit ton of surface area and was a light material.
Hey, that's smart. That's smart as fuck.
Like,
You think smarter, not harder.
That's the thing. I was literally at home and I was looking this stuff up, and there was just this leftover styrofoam plate from like the ground beef that we'd eaten recently. I was like, oh shit, that floats. Like, oh wow, this is really hard to push down when you just place it on the surface. Huh, this is a perfect boat. I don't even need to do anything to it.
Yeah. Armstrong, Gray didn't cheat. There was no rule against that. There was no rule against it.
We didn't have to fucking hand carve a canoe out of it.
Oh shit!
Like, people would bring in like fucking wood blocks of this, that, and the other. I was like, no, styrofoam is superior for the scale of this.
Pretty much.
Like, there's no collision test.
Where is that comment? There was one more comment I want to address. You guys are typing very fast. Well, pretty much they were talking about how the female gym teachers were horrible, and I agree. The female gym teachers, they literally, it's just like the most boring shit. We be doing like yoga and shit. Like, why are we doing yoga? Why am I doing the downwards dog bullshit? Come on, let's do something.
I don't think I had a female gym teacher past like 2nd grade.
Yeah, there was 2 female gym teachers in our high school, and the rest were male gym teachers. I know I almost said the teacher's name, but the male gym teachers, they let the men, even though they weren't allowed to, they let the young men play tackle football. They weren't allowed to do it, but they're like, you know what? Fuck it, fuck that flag football shit. Let's do some tackling. I had the greatest time of my life. I scraped the fuck out of my forearm, but so much fun. And I was tired. I was pooped.
Yeah, all the people calling me a fucking cheater. I was like, hey, y'all were just jealous because you weren't that smart at 8 years old.
8 years. But yes, Maximus, female gym teacher. I had to deal with a couple of those. Actually, the female, throughout my high school career, I never had lower than an A. Nothing lower than an A. Guess who gave me a B plus for 1 quarter? For one of my report cards, a female gym teacher. Why the fuck you gave me a B plus? I was one of the most active motherfuckers out there. The only reason, how you say, the only way you can pass is pretty much participate in gym. What I mean by pass, I mean have an A or A plus. I'm in every single motherfucking sport and activity. Why do I have a B plus?
Ball tax.
Well, because of this, and you know, maybe you know a little bit of this and that. Oh, so you're spewing bullshit. You have very short hair, so I'm assuming you're a feminist. I'm telling you, that's the only time. Even my dad was like, "Yo," my dad was like, "Yo, why the fuck do you have a B plus in gym?" I'm like, "Go, you talk to her. I don't know. Look at me. Look at my abs. Look my arms. Look at. Does it look like I'm slacking in gym?" You know, it was crazy.
Yeah, the accurate description is like, "Why to get a B plus in gym?" Well, that's because you didn't come for spreads legs, extra credit.
It makes it worse because I know what she looks like, and I'm telling you that will. It will. Okay, if that ever happened, it would be a Me Too movement for men, guaranteed.
No,
if that ever happened to me, I'm doing the Me Too movement.
Yeah, if it happened to you, but you know that shit probably happens.
I can't even. Come into my office. Come on. Let me. I'm sure you need to do some extra stretches. Like, get away from me.
CB after class for extra education.
That's disgusting. Oh no. I would not be here today. There would be no Sirius if that ever happened. I'm be honest.
If that happened, you would have met Frost in prison.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Because I guarantee you, yeah, false allegations. Like what? She's literally 50. I'm only goddamn 16. What do you mean I'm the one that's in trouble? Look at random. Stop that. I don't need to see those disgusting mental images. But yeah, I was in a sophomore year in high school when this short-haired 50-year-old feminist bitch gave me a B plus in gym. I was mad. My dad was confused. He's like, I'd never seen you lower than an A in gym. What is going on? Like, she can't get this dark meat. Maybe that's why. Shit, she's probably bitter. But B plus, yeah, I have 2 female gym teachers, one through 6th grade. One knew the PE stuff, but the first only had us play team games, football, etc., and graduated. That B plus is what it got me from my 110%. That was 2000s. I'm glad you never had to go. Did you have to go through something like this, Gray?
Not that specifically.
Okay.
Now, post-secondary, on the other hand, I can't say that me being a dude wasn't a factor in me having troubles in some of those classes. But
man, what, you got screwed in post-secondary? Sounds like you did.
It certainly fucking felt like it.
Was the teacher was it a female teacher?
The one that screwed me the most was a male teacher.
Huh. Was this a class that's predominantly women?
It was a fucking education curriculum that was predominantly women.
I wonder why it was against. Huh. Okay.
If you've been to
College, right?
Yeah, college.
Yeah, I've been to college.
Just no, like I'm sure it was because I was going through some shit and I was consistently late for that class, but
Oh, that teacher's one of those. Okay.
yeah, it was more. Yeah, like get reassured by one that I get a second chance, and then that teacher was like, "No, I'm not going to give you a second chance." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? Fuck you then. I ain't wasting another year of my life to retake your course, and since you're the only fucking teacher who does this particular course, I ain't doing round 2 with you. Screw it. I don't need the fucking papers to work in this industry."
Maybe if you come to class on time, you would have had a higher grade. Okay. Maybe you need to go get a tutor. Maybe that's what you need.
Like, dude, I straight up told you I did not get what the fuck I was supposed to be doing here. And all the fucking weird esoteric shit I tried did not fucking work. I couldn't grasp the objective of the class. And you certainly weren't fucking helping with your explanations.
I made my professor stay behind after class. A few times, yeah.
Oh, I would do that on a regular basis. I made some friends with professors doing that kind of stuff.
You're making use of your money, man, that you're paying for. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. No, I fucking apparently caused issues with some of the other students because, God forbid, I ask questions during class.
Oh damn! See, I'm glad that I'm glad I'm the, how you say, older gentleman in college, right? Because I was too busy with the military stuff. So when I went back to finish, nobody dared try to, because I was like, what, 8 years older than them?
Yeah. No, I was older than a bunch of them, but then there was another dude who had like 5-6 years on me. And he had a fucking issue. Like, he straight up asked if I was gay because I asked questions in class.
He's hardcore projecting then. That does not correlate at all.
Yeah, like, the dude was like very obsessed with vagina. So
okay, he's definitely hiding something then if he's consistently talking about that.
Yeah, no, his primary criticism of other guys was like their ability to get vagina or lack of it.
Damn, I can just imagine you're in class, you raise your hand like, "Teacher, is a mitochondria the powerhouse of a cell?" Out of nowhere, "Are you gay?" Like, what? How gay can you be? Okay, the powerhouse of a cell, huh? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do later on after class? Like, okay, calm down, buddy. It's just a question.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'm dropping tens of thousands of dollars into this. I'm going to milk the professor for every fucking cent. Just because the rest of you would rather be on your fucking cell phones during class doesn't mean I'm not here for an education. But when you're the only person in class who's sitting up front with a pad and paper taking notes and everyone else is half paying attention on their laptops and cell phones, you get an idea for the fucking dynamic.
So your class is predominantly male?
No, predominantly female.
So you think he was doing that to, try to flex?
I don't fucking know.
That's a weird flex, but
it wasn't even in class. It was like he fucking met me privately after the set, like separate from class.
Okay, that is whoa.
He just fucking talked to me in the fucking hallway later. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Just to ask if you were gay?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because I asked questions. Like, maybe it was a roundabout way of saying he didn't like that I was asking questions in class.
Nah, there's gotta be something else.
Nah. I don't fucking know. Like, don't know, don't care. The dude was like, honestly, I wondered what the fuck the dude was doing in that course anyway.
Oh,
like
that dude.
Whether he just needed the fucking like credit or certificate or something.
But the fact that there's all these females, but he was focused on you. Those are fighting words, boy. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like I never heard him making any passes at any of the female students. His focus was entirely on the other male students, particularly the ones that like got more attention in class than others.
I'm sorry, but yeah, we're probably gonna have to box at that point. If some dude randomly came up to me talking about why you raise your hand so much, you gay? You bad for the other team? I will assume that that person done time in prison or jail. And
He probably, honestly, from the looks of the guy, he probably had.
yeah, we ain't going down like that. Okay, I'm not going with you to an empty stall. All right, I'm finding you right here, right now. Talk about, are you gay? Like, Just let me know. Let me know if you're gay or not. Why don't you raise your hand for me, Gray?
Like, because motherfucker, I'm at the front of the class and I don't sit in the back.
Oh, bro, that is the most creepiest like story I've heard so far. That is insane. Ugh. But I'm gonna let you do your thing, man, because I know you have to catch some Z's.
Up in the morning, big fucking commute.
So, what's your thoughts of this part 2? What's your final thoughts?
Let's see. Trying to summarize. Essentially, what we're seeing out of all of them is they don't want to lose like women's gifts. Like they see an article that points out that men are struggling as a threat because they know it's women's fault. And they know that if anyone looks too deeply into this, they will find women are at fault. Women have too many privileges. Women have too many bonuses. And those need to be cut back for the sake of the very rhetoric that they espouse. Like if they were just full on mask off and talking female superiority, then there'd be no issue and they could be honest about this. But because they're hiding behind the shield of gender equality, they need to twist it up.
I completely agree because we broke this portion down way more than the first one because the amount of the womanese and the play on words, the mental gymnastics, it just gets even worse over time. Like we didn't even have time to form, like we couldn't even let them finish their sentence. I agree a couple of times it was my fault, but just the words alone, it's like they're really trying their best. Like as time goes on this panel, they're just getting more aggressive and blaming the men and protecting the women or defending the women, even though there's no defending to begin with. This is how they feel. This is what they assume. And that's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Anything that benefits men is a threat to women. That's their fucking summary here. It's like, we can't do anything exclusively for men because that's attacking women. We need to do it for everyone.
So would you call that sexist or misandrist?
I would say that is straight up misandrist because you are denying help to men. Like just straight, but you're straight up saying like men should not get any particular attention when they are suffering. Like wait. If I said, and I might get taken out of context for this, that even though Black people are disproportionately incarcerated, we shouldn't focus on Black people for the reasons why, nor have any specific solutions, because we need to keep everything equal.
Pretty much.
Like if I said that to fucking if I said that in front of fucking BLM, that look, I know that Black people are disproportionately affected by various things, but we need to make things better for everybody. Actually, no, it's basically all lives matter. Like, let's be honest. This is the fucking all lives. They're fucking saying all lives matter, but gendered.
Pretty much.
It's like men, instead of saying, don't say men's success matters. Everyone's success matters.
You know what? That sounds like a good meme. Men's lives matter, and then they'll be like, okay, yeah, that'd be a good meme. That's a great analogy, Gray. That's a great analogy. I like that one. That's literally what they're doing. I completely agree. When men are speaking about their issues, when men are just saying, hey, we should have more support for the boys in the name of equality, immediately, are they threatening us? Huh? It's not the women's fault that we're so successful. Why do we have to slow down?
Yeah, again, it's like men have problems. Everybody has problems.
Everybody needs to be treated equally across the plane. Like, no, the girls don't have issues.
And then of course, like, but if a woman has an issue, oh no, you can't pull that shit in reverse.
Oh no, yeah, my channel will be yeeted immediately.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like women getting the struggle snuggle. Oh, that's a problem. Does it happen to men more? Well, yes, but it's only a problem when it happens to women.
Yes. So we shouldn't just say need to put more focus on the men, okay? Let's just help everybody out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like, you know what? Like, how about instead of just focusing on why women don't feel safe at night, we focus on why everyone doesn't feel safe at night.
I'm telling you, man, it's literally what we just talked about when it comes to the 1 out of 4 women are homeless, and all the feminists is like, we won't stop until all women are not homeless. Like,
yeah, there should be no homeless women.
Like, okay, so fuck us, right? Like, what the fuck? You know, like, what about the rest of us? You're a man, deal with it. And then when the men deal with it in their own way, you know, usually it's the opioids or alcohol or eventually eating themselves, they will turn around and say, what's going on with men these days? I don't get it. What is happening? And then as soon as we point out the issues, whoa, slow down, Buckaroo, okay? It's not the women's fault. We're not blaming women. Yeah. We're just saying we need to put more resources on. Shh. Shut up. Okay.
We need to look at the problems that are exclusive to men. No. Everybody has these problems. We need to do a general solution that doesn't discriminate by gender.
But women aren't struggling right now in comparison to men.
We need to make things better for everybody. Don't you want to make things better for everyone?
Or you want to be a misogynist, a bigot, and only help men only.
Yeah, again, it's like saying, hey, you know, like there's a bunch of homeless people that could really use $1,000. Like, hey, everybody could use an extra $1,000 here, even the billionaires.
So I don't know where you're going with this, but we need to focus on the greater good, okay? Not just a group of people. We need to focus on everybody because everybody has problems that needs to be solving. Like, fuck you too then, bitch. Like, you just literally disregard. That's literally how this panel is going. And after we're done breaking everything down, we'll definitely have our overall, you know, final thoughts about the entire thing. Because wow, they literally thought it was a good idea to put this stream out. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. But
I gotta bounce.
Peace out, everyone. It is your boy Sir Yeetus and the Great Ghost. Once again, we probably got through 15 minutes, 12 minutes. And we'll get through the other, you know, the rest next time, okay? Probably not tomorrow, but probably sometime this weekend. So thank you everybody that participated. I couldn't keep up with the chat today, but I love the engagement in the chat. Thank you very much. Also to the people that donated, thank you for investing into this channel. Always grateful for that. There should be a stream tomorrow, but it will probably be on Yiddish News because I have a couple of articles I want to talk about. So, time to hit the hay and catch some Z's. We are out. Peace.
Peace out.